kind of a clap. You know, I can see a spike on the waveform. It's fine.
All right.
Hell yeah.
We good to go?
We're good.
I'm good.
Okay.
Well, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Nope.
I won't hold a Coke can while I'm opening the thing, but that sounds like a bad idea. Hold off on that.
Yeah, but
Are you recording?
I'm ready. We're recording.
Oh shit! Well, Jesus Christ!
Well, I mean, I could.
This
I'm
is
gonna
a
cut that out.
terrible.
I'm gonna cut that out.
This is a terrible. Well, why would you cut it out? This is a great intro.
This is, I
Hello,
think,
everybody. This is
This
up
is, I
there
think, the
with
least
our
organized that our
Yeah.
incredibly disorganized podcast has
We've
ever been.
very
best
organized.
intro so far.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
welcome.
have we started? Did we start just then?
We are starting.
Technically, we've started, I believe. Yes. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yay. It's
Hey.
Loud
Yay.
Equals 20, number 25. We've got Caddy back
Yes.
once again.
Hi.
Welcome. He's in the gamer
Welcome.
chamber with the Elden Ring Epic shirt. I mean, that's unironic.
Yeah, that's
Epic
really
shirt.
cool.
That's
It's
fucking
really
I
cool.
thank you. I think this is
Yeah.
a fan gamer. I think it's fan gamer, if I'm
think so,
remembering
yeah.
I
correctly.
think I've seen that.
It's got shit on the
Hell
sleeves
yeah.
as well. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sick. It's sick. Yeah, I love
dig
it.
it.
I
I
love
like
it.
the
And yeah,
I need to.
you got all
metal
you got
logo.
fucking shit in the background.
Yeah.
Half of it's packed, but yeah, we're busy doing shit right now. So yeah, but
It's still
most of
insane
it's there.
amount of
So, yeah.
games.
It's looking awesome, though. Yeah, I
That's
never saw
just
that.
that's just Switch. That's just Switch. I'm one of those people that if like a game comes out on Steam or PlayStation or whatever, if there's a physical copy available on Switch, I'll just get the physical copy on Switch because they're small
That's
enough
fair.
to collect a million of them.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and they're cool. Switch games are so neat. They're so cool.
Yeah, I know. I know
cartridges.
someone who's very into the Switch, like physical scene, and just like, oh, they're putting out this 25 megabyte indie game that's going to be like $100 in
Oh,
a
yeah.
special Switch edition. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't
They'll
really
give you some
know if
nice
I
pins,
understand
though.
it, but it's a really cool, it's a
I-
cool box and everything. It's
Yeah,
good
do you
to
know
have
what?
it
Okay,
physical.
I'll be back in like 5 seconds. Wait a minute.
Okay.
See, I feel that same way.
I
But
love it when the
did-
podcast becomes show and tell.
I do too. I did the same
So
thing.
yeah, no,
with the
but, like,
limited run.
you're completely right because I don't even remember where. I think this was just something I got in a game store. It's the flashback, the original
fuck.
flashback, but
Ooh.
it's a Switch case.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's the
That's
Switch
so
version of
cool.
flashback.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Sick,
so
actually.
and it's like just stupid. It's just stupid, really. But yeah, no, but
Yeah.
it's very cool. It's very cool. And then
I-
like
oh my
limited
God.
run do all the fucking like
Oh yeah.
all this shit.
Drop
They
it,
do like
drop
the VHS boxes. So like there's a
Ooh.
VHS Alien Isolation one there. That's
Oh,
pretty
I
cool.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
loads of shit like that.
I got the Panzer Dragoon one that was a Saturn case because I was like, all right, I had to.
Yeah.
Instant day one purchase for me. I was like, all right.
Yeah, don't blame you.
That's pretty
I got the
cool.
second they announced the Tomb Raider
I want a
trilogy,
piece.
and I was like, I'm on it straight away.
Nice.
I'm doing that with Alan Wake 2. They've got the collector's edition for that, and I'm like, all right, I'm dropping
The
200.
only thing I've got near me is the GameCube reversible Paper
Yeah.
Mario Thousand Year Door. It's pretty neat.
The only
Dude! Oh, that's reversible.
It is.
Oh yeah, it's got the Switch
Yeah.
version and the GameCube one. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's
Only
sick.
problem is it doesn't
Oh.
like open, so it's just
Yeah,
you have
still-
to take the sleeve thing off. But it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
The-
okay, yeah.
the only fancy thing I have here is this Holy Diver on NES, and it comes with a
That's
whole
pretty
bunch
cool.
of stuff.
That's
I'm-
cool.
I'm-
I mean,
I
always
also-
When
show
it
that
comes-
one off, and I can see why.
I've only showed it off twice.
It's a good one
When-
to show
yeah.
off.
It is.
when it
I do
comes
like
to
it. I also have
like
this.
limited edition shit, I've got so much, so I'm not gonna turn this into a show and tell. But yeah,
That's
like
fair.
We
limited
like doing
shit's
some
cool.
show and
You
tell
can
ever
show-
since
you
we
can
went
show whatever
on.
you want though. It's fine.
We went on
That's great.
video a few like 10 episodes ago or something, and now every episode has become, look, I have little Robin from Teen Titans on skateboard. ETC.
I've got.
That's
the,
kind of base, though. That's
I've
real.
got the
That's good shit.
the little collector's edition stand from the Twin Peaks collector's edition that you get.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's
okay.
cool.
It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
hangs up
Tristan
over
has the best stuff, though. He's got like Karl Marx glasses. But that's who it is, right? Karl Marx.
Karl Marx.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
The funny comedian Karl
gotta-
Marx. That guy.
I gotta
Yeah.
put my calorie mate boxes back. Give me a sec.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, it's
Oh,
funny because
everything's
there's
just
a
falling apart here.
there's a used game. I mean, it's not used just
Hold
used
this.
games. It's like a kind of secondhand DVD, CD kind of place. It's called CEX, Computer
Oh,
Exchange.
sex, yeah.
Yeah, Sex.
I've heard of that,
And
yeah.
Hell yeah.
yeah, but what's funny about them is that I go in there quite a lot. I try to collect Steelbooks as much as I can because if you go into those kinds of shops, they value the disc, not the box. So I've walked out with like, I mean, okay, one example. Sorry, this is the last time I'm doing this. Last
No,
time.
you're good. Keep doing
That's cool. That's cool, man.
I'm actively
like seeing all this
showing
cool
off
stuff.
my steel. Look at how fucking base the Steelbox is, though. It's got Nahobino and all of the fucking sexy demon lady Kaddish dude chicks. It's great. It's
Oh,
the
that's
best.
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I picked up this. So this is Resi 4 Steelbook
Oh, I
for
love
PS2.
that. That's amazing.
Holy
And
fuck.
that was but because the PS2 version of Resi 4 is only like I think it's like £2 in
Yeah.
sex, so it's like I got it for £2 because I was like, okay, I'll just buy that and fucking who cares. And then this was
Yeah.
another one as well, the Doom 3 Xbox Steelbook as well.
Ooh.
Nice.
I
And
had the
Doom 3 is
Halo
even
Yeah.
cheaper on Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I've
have
got
the one for Halo
as well.
2. It's
I've
just
got Halo 2.
it's
yeah.
it's
Is it oxidized
it's
for
rusted.
you?
It's
Yeah.
fucked. Yeah,
It
I've little
oxidized
swatched
for
all
fuck
over
yes.
it.
I found a BioShock one for Xbox 360, and that's rusted to fuck, but it actually adds to it because it
That
looks
makes
like it
sense.
was
Yeah.
meant to be.
Underwater, yeah.
See,
I was
yeah.
just watching one from Ashens from like a month ago where he was talking about the Call of Duty Ghosts special edition that was like
camera?
$200. Yeah, it was a bunch of
I had
insane.
that.
It was like, of course you had that,
Yeah.
Bane. I was gonna say, of course you're gonna have that one, but it was
I'm a
like
collector,
$200. It had
I'm
a
a
stupid
sucker.
little dinky toy camera and like this
It's
fucking
1080p.
like epic. It was fake 1080p, Bane. It had
So
like
you have a
wide
720
fisheye
It was
lens.
720p with fisheye, yeah, but it
Eh,
works.
No, geez, there's so many good ones. There's the Dead Island one with the
The-
zombie lady
Oh,
bust.
yeah.
Yeah,
I have
That was
Dead
a good
Island
one.
2 collector's edition actually.
one of the famous ones was
There's the what was the one
there
what
you
was
go.
the one where they put a canvas bag in it, but it was actually like polyester. And it
Fallout
caught fire.
76.
Fallout 76.
Fallout
yeah.
Real quick, on the topic of Fallout 76.
Yep.
I didn't catch this earlier, but remembering back, Claw, you said 25. No,
this is episode 50.
we're loud equals funny episode 50. Let me just turn
Loud
voice
equals funny episode 76. Yay!
Hell yeah.
we're I
Do I have
think
a funny thing to blow?
Music.
Do I have a funny thing to blow? No, I don't. No. Oh.
I've got a funny thing to blow.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
hell yeah, brother, that's a good shit.
I got a vape somewhere around here. Also, speaking of limited run, real quick. I got
Also,
one more
Bane
thing.
is the Joker. I don't know if any of us
Yes.
pointed out that Bane is the Joker.
I-
On the
I-
video, at least.
I have worn this suit
Oh.
to a wedding. That's all I gotta say about my life.
What do you got, Tristan?
Was the wedding on top
no.
of that? Was the wedding on top of the stairwell?
I wish it was. I wish it was.
They weren't
Are
hard
you
enough for that.
Are you gonna shoot somebody on live on this stream, and then we won't be able to cut it out?
Yeah,
Not
me actually.
yet. No. Yes. Yes.
No.
We had to cut some stuff out of the last one. We said some very, very concerning things about a lot of demographics, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
decided to omit it from
Every
the
time.
final
Every
version. Yeah, it was like a 6-hour recording, so the long
Listen.
segment talking about the Polynesians was just like it was just a ramble, you
We're
know.
defending Taiwan, all right? We're defending Taiwan.
we are gamers.
Strong
That's what we
opinions.
do.
That's what we do.
Yeah, you can call yourself a G word if you want. I'm not fucking part of this shit.
Oh, real quick, I will knock out some movie steelbooks I've got. Ghost in the Shell, which because of my shitty lighting,
Oh, sick.
Hell
does not
yeah.
look great with that slipcover, but yeah.
Oh, that's better without the slipcover. Yeah, look at that.
Nice.
Then
Jack.
The only other thing that I have to really show off is my fucking import copy of RGG Ishin, which I'm pretty
Hell
proud
yeah.
of, but now we have a Western Ishin, so it's
American
less
Psycho.
cool.
Oh, he takes the face. Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. I like
I'm
that.
gonna take his face
Oh,
off.
Oh,
I have a JoJo Steelball run.
this one is.
It's not really a
Recall.
rare thing.
I've got that. That's 4K, right?
Yep, that is.
Oh
4K.
hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got
I'm a
that
four-
one.
I'm
I've
a
got that
4K
one.
Nice.
guy. I try to get
I don't
as
get
much.
I don't get the movie collecting because I feel like that's less. I don't know.
I just like to have it. It is something about.
Yeah.
just-
It's one of those
Yeah.
things where shit just fucking disappears off streaming all the time, and it's just
True.
one day
Yeah.
it'll be all gone, and at least then you've got something to fall back on.
Also,
Yeah, there is something very like relaxing when I go to like a thrift store and I see a VHS tape of 3 episodes of X-Files or something, and it's like,
Oh yeah.
who knows where you can find that on streaming, but you'll always have those on that VHS tape, and that's what's
Hmm.
important.
It's funny that you mentioned that because there was a because I think you're going to be talking about this in a sec. But when my dad used to he tried to like piece together as much of the lost Doctor Who shit as humanly possible back in the day,
Nice.
and there used to be like steel tin collector cases of like 4 episodes across 4 VHSs, and they were like in boxes this fucking big.
Hell yeah.
Or like two of them. There were 2 of the Tom Baker Dalek ones that were in like a gold steel tin, and it was just 2 VHSs, and it's like how did people fit this shit into their houses?
This
Well,
is
that's
the extent
episodes.
of this is the
Laserdisc
extent of
was
my
too
physical
uncool.
Doctor Who collection.
Yeah, I got a
like
those.
Blu-ray of some.
More than I've got. More than I've got.
Man, I've been looking into because Tristan sometimes accesses iPlayer. You guys have a better show with iPlayer than we have here for free streaming.
Oh, iPlayer is pretty sick. I mean, like, people in this country argue all the time about license payer and what are our
TV
taxes
license.
funding,
I mean,
which is
TV
a big
license-
reason.
Yeah.
Big reason why the newer Doctor Who stuff. I mean, I'm not, you can't just blanket statement kinds of people, but
Yeah.
if you don't agree or you're a fuckhead, then it's like you've paid taxes towards a thing that you don't agree with or align with, and then people get really rowdy about it. But iPlayer itself, you've got every fucking British comedy known to man from like the fucking 50s up until present, all just available to stream. And the thing is, you don't even need, like, you can pay the license, sure, but like the app itself, it just says when you press whatever you want to watch, it says, do you have a TV license, yes or no? And you can say no, and it will still play.
You can just wait. Seriously?
Yeah.
You can say no.
It's
saying you could just
basically
lie.
like, yeah, you're doing it on your own. It's your own risk, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like, I don't want to take that risk. It's fine. It's like fucking. It's like £11 a month. It's not the end of the world. And yeah, BBC have got some decent shit. And it also, you do like, we were watching the Euros, the football shit going on recently, and on TV you can only go up to HD, but then on the iPlayer you go up to 4K HDR live.
yeah.
So it's cool. I like iPlayer. iPlayer's good.
Yeah, I like the way you pay for the extra quality version of Netflix or whatever, and then if you watch it on Firefox or something, they just give you like maybe 720p at best.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no option
Yeah.
to make it better.
We have to use
Yeah.
Netflix is definitely built for TV. Definitely built for TV. Yeah.
I mean, I tried watching the fucking One Piece live action, and I watched some of it on my TV and some of it on my computer. And it was immediately like, it was super fucking compressed. It looked like a YouTube video from 10 years ago. It's amazing that people are just watching that. And I mean, I guess, some people, if it's like an episode of Friends, you don't really notice, whatever. I wonder how the quality is on iPlayer. You guys have any
I have no
comment on
idea.
that?
I don't know.
It was really good up until like my internet started shitting out near the end of the most recent episode. But
But
I
like
mean,
generally,
good up until
Are we
then.
talking who? Are we talking who?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I guess
I'm
so.
almost certain it was 1080. I don't think it was 4K, but I could be completely wrong. I'm so used to 4K now that I don't really notice. It's that kind of fucking.
Yeah. it's
Also,
so funny.
there are loads of Blu-rays. Like that, there was a channel I was watching a couple of days ago, and they were comparing. I think it was the Aliens 4K
Oh,
re-release and the
yeah.
Alien 4K re-release, and the
Oh, was
Alien
that
one for some
the-
reason is really, really good, and the Aliens
Yeah.
one they used fucking AI upscaling, and it looks
Yeah,
like
was-
Yeah, I
fucking
saw a
shit.
video on
The
that.
Nerol video, right? It was
I
that one
don't
and
remember.
True Lies also.
Yeah,
they
Yes.
both had.
True Lies.
Yep.
And then,
Yeah.
That's a good video.
I
Yeah.
think the Titanic. Don't quote me on this one. I think the Titanic one also is kind of like AI fucked too.
Not
but
sh-
I'm-
I think it was
Yeah.
a little bit, but not as much. There was another one recently that was also like kind of bordering on this, but this is like Aliens and True Lies.
J-
Were
J-
those, they
James
were like as worse,
Cameron
as
is-
bad as it can be.
James Cameron's invested in a weird AI company, and
Yeah.
I guess.
Wow, good investment. Good
Yeah, I
investment.
guess
I'm
it's
sure
what
it
he
Well,
will
I mean,
pay
when
back
it's-
dividends.
When it's like the Beatles thing with Peter Jackson or whatever, I mean that worked
Yeah.
out okay. you
Well,
know.
that worked okay because they fucking put blood, sweat, and tears into like
Yeah.
making it look decent. But then like there's a documentary series on Netflix about David Beckham. It's just called Beckham, I think it's called, who's a footballer in the UK. And it's a decent watch, but whenever they cut to like old photos or videos, it's so obvious they've used AI shit to like smooth it out. And it's like, this would look better if it was grainy and 90s VHS. It would just look better, and it would be more fitting. It would be like, oh, look at how far we've come and everything. But they've tried to make everything look modern, and it looks so fucking dreadful. And Welcome to Wrexham on Disney Plus, the Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Yeah, they do AI on the pictures of people, and they look like fucking aliens. It's so bizarre to me. I don't get it.
There was a video I was streaming recently, a Daniel Larson documentary that some guy on YouTube made, and I guess the guy used like AI on some images of Daniel Larson. These are like cell phone images of a guy from like a few years ago or this year or whatever, and it's like freaky fucked up AI uncanny valley face version of him. That's like, why did you even do this to this guy? I don't understand.
It's like, it's at the point where it's like on Welcome to Wrexham, there are some pictures from like because they go into I don't know if anyone's seen the show. I recommend it. It's a good watch. But even if you don't like football or soccer or whatever, it's a decent watch. But they go back into the working class history of the Welsh town that they bought the club in. So they have to use a lot of, you know, pre-1930s photos and shit, and it's like the teeth are coming out the lips and shit, and it's just leave it, fucking leave it, because then it's like these people are dead, you know, and you've desecrated them forever on Disney Plus.
Soul lives in the photograph, something. Yeah.
Yes. I guess since we're talking about AI, there's some AI stuff we can laugh at.
Oh yeah, well that also segues us into complaining about Adobe, but let's start with that.
Oh boy.
Because we were talking about some video editing stuff before.
So
yeah, when it comes to like news stories and shit, I'm gonna let you guys lead and I'll just react, because I tend to not keep up to date with shit very well. I just pop up on Twitter. Like I go on Twitter in the morning to see what massive thing happened, and and then I just
you're living a better life than most of us, honestly.
That's how you stay happy. Yeah,
I look at
and weirdly, one of the new Doctor Who episodes is very basically about that, which is probably my favorite one of the new series. But I'm sure we'll get to that in a second.
I'm down to talk about Doctor Who.
Right,
I really dug this season.
Yeah, I didn't prep my bookmarks, so sorry this is taking so long.
That's okay. What was the Adobe thing you were talking about?
Adobe's being sued by the United States government.
Yeah.
Whoa, why?
Cool.
Because they're terrible?
Basically.
They have for among other things, there's like they're using dark patterns to basically trap people into a subscription with them where you can't really easily like according to Castle Super Beast, people were allegedly phoning them, not even just like not able to find a link on their website or whatever, but phoning customer service being like, hey, I want to cancel my Adobe subscription, and they would just hang up on you. That's what I heard.
Yeah, they also charge cancellation fees, which you can only get around by switching to a lower tiered subscription then canceling.
The way they set it up is when you first go to sign up, the initial thing seems like a monthly service, right? It seems like you pay by month. But it is actually an annual subscription, just worded in a way that makes it seem like, or it makes it seem like you're only paying like 1 month, and you could stop at any time. But it's actually a yearly plan disguised as a monthly thing. If you decide to cancel it, you have to pay half of whatever you still have left as a cancellation fee. So effectively, if you cancel 10 months in, it will take, let's say it's $1,000, it'll take 500.
I mean, it's pretty ridiculous.
So
it's just like digital software.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like, I get why they've tried it, because it's like, I mean, we're from the era of torrenting Vegas and shit because it was just so expensive to get one off. But it's like, hey, even students can now afford to use Premiere and stuff. But there's too many caveats to it. I think people would rather torrent, honestly.
Yeah,
like
I hate to be the guy, but I did used to torrent Adobe stuff, and consistently since I bit the bullet and started paying for it, it has stopped crashing as much, run better. Like I used to have problems where it would crash every 5 minutes, and then I was like, you know what if I just pay for this? It fixed everything.
Same with Vegas.
The sad thing is I pay for Vegas, like I buy it through the Humble Bundle whenever they put one out, and it's still shitting on me. It's like, I fucking paid money for this.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
don't get me wrong. So does Premiere. They added a new thing, which I like in Premiere. You can. It's got like. I mean, okay. So another element of this whole lawsuit is that people are saying, and I don't know how true it is, but this is the sort of the word on the street, is that one of the things that they're getting in trouble for is essentially using. I don't know, training their AI on your videos. Everything you make is now the property of Adobe and it can be used to fuel their AI.
Yeah,
I don't know
effectively-
about any of that. That sounds pretty evil.
Effectively, their
But-
terms of service kind of states now that effectively anyone, like any project, they technically have some form of rights over. It's fucking weird. I don't get it.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's
I,
like
okay,
I
I
don't understand what they think that they're doing here, because
Well,
the people who catch on are not gonna be happy about it.
I mean, like, I can only speak for myself, but like, I've avoided Adobe anything for the longest time, and the only reason I'm with them now is because I used to use on my PC when I was on Vegas. I used to use Paint.net for my
Represent.
yeah, Paint.net's fucking insanely good. Love it.
I'm a
There's
Disney
right now.
over here.
Gimp's good. Gimp's good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, GIMP, Paint.net, if they're pretty fucking good. Paint.net, I don't know if does GIMP open Photoshop files, because Paint.net does.
I think it
I think
can.
it might.
I think it can.
You might
Okay.
need- there's
If
like
that's good.
extensions and stuff.
Yeah,
so-
there's plugins and shit. Yeah.
You
So
can-
I wanted was second I transferred over to Mac for video editing in like 2021 or 2020, whenever the hell. Yeah, 21. I did that. I wanted to use Paint.net. There isn't a Mac app for it, at least not at the time. There wasn't. There might be one now, but I haven't checked.
Yeah.
And so I had to bite the
will.
bullet, and I paid for a subscription to Adobe. When I was going through the whole process, all I could find, and I'm just talking about my personal experience, I tried to look for just Photoshop, couldn't fucking find it. So then I had to end up opting into a bundle that included Premiere and Lightroom and all this other shit that I was never going to touch. And that was like £40 a month or something. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I don't have a choice. And then I find out after the fact from my cameraman Ollie that you can, in fact, just have one or the other. And I'm sitting here like, oh, really? Can you? And he said, oh, well, no, it's not quite like that. You can remove the video shit and then have like Adobe Photo Studio, which is then, you know, all Lightroom and Photoshop and all that kind of stuff. And that then reduced it from like 40 a month to a tenner a month. It like knocked 30 quid a month
Wow.
off of it. But I could not, I like, and I do this shit for a living. I couldn't find a way on the, because I would not have spent that much money on shit I was never going to use.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, and I think you can get. I think what they were saying on the website was that Photoshop was like $9.99 a month, and then it said, but if you add this stuff in, we have a limited discount where it comes out as $9.99 a month.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. It's always some.
So-
It's always
Yeah.
some limited time discount that's always available. It's just they dangle it in front of you
Yeah.
because it's like
6
it's a
months-
discount.
Well, 'cause
Yeah.
6
Well, the
months
funny
later,
thing
you're
is that
gonna be
the discount is the same as the just Photoshop on its own. So
Yeah.
maybe it is like they're trying to get more people to opt into Lightroom and all this other stuff so that they can then collate more data, because then it's like, well, you don't get to pay any more, but then you'll use more and then we can take more. I don't really know. I
There's
don't know.
also
Yeah.
like they could do that as like a temporary, like a limited time thing. So then later they'll hit you with like $20 extra because Lightroom and whatever fuck else will just like add $10 more. It's,
Mm.
it's
And
all
this would
one-
be absolutely fine. This would be, I like whatever, like I could live with it. But then the problem is that there's like 4 apps I'm not using, but then my cameraman does, and he isn't paying monthly for Adobe, so he's like, okay, can I use the other shit while you use this? And I'm like, well, yeah, why can't you just sign into my account? You can't use the same app at the same time, even if you're
Yeah.
signed in on 2 different computers. So luckily he never uses Photoshop, so I only use Photoshop and he uses Lightroom and everything else, so we never cross over. But still, it's just,
yeah.
it gets to a point where you inconvenience the consumer enough where it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking illegally download shit,
Yeah.
which is what they're trying to
So,
avoid. I don't
There's
get it.
no restrictions when you just pirate it, and there's so many restrictions when you buy it. So it's like, yeah, what's the fucking point?
Like the moment you stop
Give me a
paying,
sec.
everything's locked. So it's like, why
Mm.
pay?
Yeah, there was a guy
So-
who
There we go.
there was a guy who had a cop. I had mentioned this before. A guy who had a copy of Reason music software, and he was like an old copy. I guess it like forced him to update it, and then his old serial number was no longer working with it, and he tweeted at them, and they just gave him like some snarky response that amounted to like, well, you should just buy a new copy, I guess. And it's like, okay, well, just pirate everything you ever make, then I guess.
He got Twitter brand accounted. He got brand
Yeah.
accounted.
Boy.
He got the
murdered.
brand sass. He got the brand sass.
So,
Wendy's guy just sent him a tweet.
So
What's that?
speaking of so this is a Penta apparently. I'm not sure. I just on the paint.net forums, this is what they recommended as a Mac alternative to paint.net.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It looks free. So I'll copy this and send the link in our chat.
Sick. Thank you.
Let's make
Thank
fun
you
of
so
let's
much.
make fun of some AI. I gotta tab
Oh,
over this. Boom. All right.
I've seen this one
Okay.
before.
Yeah, so this is a whole thread of people making videos because some AI thing, making videos out of still images, and they're just bad.
Where are you seeing this? Where are you
Oh,
seeing this?
He's
Oh,
shooting
he
this
started
The stream.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get you. Yeah, you got to
Yeah, I
remember. I just turned 30. I'm a dinosaur now. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's all good.
By the way, happy
Yeah,
birthday.
that's cool. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy
Slightly
late
postponed.
birthday and late Father's Day to Caddy.
Which
Yeah, I had everything happen at once. Everything happened at once.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here we go. I can
also
see you.
Bandicoot.
Bandicoot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like
Almost over.
Dad's. It's my birthday. It's Pride. It's Crash Bandicoot.
Bandicoot. Everything that's important in life.
It's the four humors. It's the four
Yeah.
humors.
For Devas.
Oh,
yeah.
So we got this.
So this
video
is
here.
bad.
Look at that.
I mean, it looks
This
bad
woman mysteriously enters the foreground.
It looks bad in the details, but then like you look at the sort of, I mean, overall it's getting impressive, I guess.
It gets worse.
Oh yeah.
Do you know? Okay, yeah. Okay, let's watch a few more. Yeah.
Now
That I was believing that for a split second, and then the
This-
fire department. Yeah.
yeah,
Gorm
this
was
was
fucking
probably
fire
the
Face,
best
fighter.
it'll
his
get.
face morphed. He grew a chin.
He looks like Reggie Fils-Aimé a little bit if you kind
A
of look
little.
at him in a wrong angle.
Yeah,
you know?
kinda.
So does she.
No. Okay, go back up. There's something like the lady on the left. She changes races when she falls in and out of shot,
Oh,
so she's
that's going to
bright
be a
white.
recurring
and
theme.
then
Oh my
she
God.
She becomes Latina.
Respect.
Oh, I'm getting some funny. I'm getting some funny connection. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Alright, there we
Oh,
go.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you're
my
good.
it's my CPU. Hey, any sponsors want to reach out?
Yeah.
Yeah, hit us up.
We're looking for
Trumpet
that.
boy. I've never even seen this one.
Oh my god.
This almost
Look
kinda
at
looks
how his
like
legs
dear
morph.
Oh,
it-
no.
You
oh.
can
The
tell
top of
which
his
leg
body.
is right or left.
He's Shadow
Yeah.
the Hedgehogging along the road.
The top of his body does not align. She looks a little better, but the top of his body is not
Her
like.
hair doesn't move.
Yeah,
It just,
no,
do you know what
that's
it,
true.
it looks like GTA. Like
Well,
that
it
looks like
doesn't-
something that
Oh
would
my
happen
god,
in
it
GTA.
does.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't know to have the hair move. Like, so it's not gonna.
Oh, you leave Doge out of this. Poor
Yeah,
RIP.
this-
He changes into a different dog.
This was after she passed away.
Yeah, it turns into like
So real cool.
Okay,
a
okay.
fucking
I'm sorry. Immediately,
terrier.
that's ruined my suspension of disbelief because I've always seen Doge as really short-snouted and stubby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
just add
It
nose.
enters
to
the
I mean,
third
those.
she's a Shiba Inu.
It's like,
Oh man.
yeah, no, this is not a good. This is
It also
not good for your
ruins-
AI.
I guess
That
it's like
turns,
impressive.
she turns into a husky. Like
Look
Yeah.
at
she's
his hands in
turning.
the corner.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
They
god.
just
yeah.
morph into all sorts
Oh.
of different shapes.
Why
But,
don't
like
you
it,
hand
it
there?
also it's like it takes a moment. Like I get what they're trying to do. It's sort of a funny novelty, but like it takes a moment where it's like, look, the animal doing a funny face, and then it just cuts it to like the animal being normal, and it's I don't know. It's like here was a good moment in time that was a funny meme, and now it's just like some other random bullshit that's not funny around it, I guess.
The funniest
Yeah.
part is that it gets worse because these have only been like from still images,
Yeah.
but it gets worse.
Okay.
So then we have this kid.
The success kid meme.
Yeah, like
Just
he
like-
makes a funny
he-
face
he
and
was-
then he just looks away.
And then-
Like, what's the point of this?
Yeah.
He
doesn't even
knows
like
what
go
he's
with the
just
sand.
done. He knows what he's just
He
done.
does.
It's reflected in Giga Chad.
Oh,
Which this one's kind of
oh.
okay. It's
Yeah, this one's fine. It looks like he's working out at the very
What's
least.
going
you can,
on
like,
with the lips? Is he
Yeah.
like? Is he licking? Has he got whale teeth? What's going on with his
I
mouth?
don't know what's going
He's
on.
probably going like,
Yeah.
"Ugh,"
Yeah,
something like that.
He's doing gym face. He's coming at the gym. Ow.
Well, I mean, this is Mark Zuckerberg, so this could be real. I mean,
I
Yeah,
don't think this is AI.
yeah.
I think it's just Mark Zuckerberg doing something freaky.
The
Yeah,
least
he
believable
he
thing
snuck in
here
a
is the
real
trees.
video.
He looks fine. I don't believe
whoa,
those trees.
whoa, whoa,
are
whoa,
real.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah.
whoa! Hang
Oh my
on,
God.
hang
You
on.
just fucking
He
Nightcrawlered
starts.
in.
Yeah, he starts outside and then transitions
Oh.
inside.
God,
That was some
Oh, that's
Alfonso,
true.
fantastic.
dude.
Wow,
that was
that's
some
actually
Alfonso.
great.
Thank
that
you,
was
artificial intelligence.
that was some Alfonso Cuarón directing
I
right there.
didn't
What the
even
fuck?
notice. That's like you could turn that into like a all right, Otacon, I'm in. Something
He
like
Yeah.
that.
Davy Jones
Holy
through the
shit.
fucking window.
That's actually, I'll give out. I mean,
Here
Why
we have
are-
this is
What
This is
the
from
fuck?
a thing.
a real
I
episode of a
hate this
TV
one
show.
so much because
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
we
here?
have that clip. You can go and get that clip.
The real
Also,
clip.
Who
that's
is
not
this?
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Totally
That's
different guy,
fucking
yeah.
Larry.
Oh, I need to remember the name of the guy. Wait a second. There's a series of films in the UK called the Carry On films, and there's a guy in the cast who looks exactly like that. I
Huh.
can't think of the dude's name though, but yeah,
There's a
like
guy, I think it's
what the
fucking
fuck?
who is it? It's Barkley or something. There's another guy on the show who kind of looks like this, but
Yeah.
not him.
Oh man, is this from an account that's like peddling this, or is it like let's look and laugh?
Yeah, like one of the things that we scrolled through was like, learn Web 3.0 here.
Oh,
This dude's
okay,
like an
all right, yeah.
NFT influencer.
It probably requires you to put in your credit card details and also your social security number.
Yeah, surely.
And
Oh.
the 3 digits on
This
the
one
back.
just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa,
Maybe that's
whoa,
one-
whoa!
Open in a new tab.
Page doesn't
Oh.
exist. This post's been
Oh,
deleted.
Like
Nice.
What's the guess? What's the guess that it was like someone copyright struck it? Because I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably.
Honestly, yeah, either that or the person got clowned on so bad that they deleted the tweet.
Now,
Yeah,
now this
probably.
next one.
This
Yeah,
next one is
that's
all
awful.
from a video.
That- Fucking terrible.
That's
Oh.
haunting.
Okay, when she does this move here,
Yeah.
her face catches up with her after the fact. Like her mouth and her eyes
Yeah.
stay in one place, and then it like smears after her head.
It's
Oh,
really
so
not
weird.
good.
oh.
And that's number 10.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's-
again,
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, hey, well, what a wonderful little thing. Let's go directly to it. Hey, I already had it pulled
Musk
up.
Smoking, yay!
This is.
Look at the.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
like
know.
a fucking smokestack.
Scroll down a little bit more.
oh.
Yeah,
it's
it's like coming out from like a foot away from his face or something. Also, the letters on his shirt. I
Yeah,
mean, it's impressive, I guess, but it's also like you can see these details. I guess we're all human coping when we look at the AI and we're like, haha, it's not that good. Look at the letters.
I mean, it's.
It says
trying its best.
aqueduct. It says aqueduct.
It does. That's true.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it's so bad. It's so
Yeah.
rough. It's so rough, I should say, at least.
Oh dear. Isn't this
This
also
one's-
from an
Yeah,
animated
that's a
thing?
video. It's from a
Yeah.
video. Why
From
does he?
Schmarky.
What
Well,
is going?
it's from a comic, but the comic was made into a video.
Yeah. Oh god.
I love how his arms just get fucking ripped for
I mean, I
5
like
minutes.
the way the text bubble disappears. It doesn't want any part of this.
I mean, yeah.
And I
like it
also
floating
love-
off.
I love how the AI thinks, oh well, the next logical thing is that he catches fire and blows up. Like that's great.
Yeah, it's just happening.
Also, he looks like he's shitting between that. He starts, he's like, this is fine. And he's like,
Yeah, he
He
starts
blows
doing
up.
Actually, that might be what did it. That might be why he exploded.
yeah.
this. Yeah, that's like the guy on The Sopranos who died of a shit brain aneurysm.
Eh,
All right, skipping this advertising tweet.
Sad
I think
Pablo
this is-
Escobar.
oh my god.
Is-
The whole
just
fucking
Mark
thing
Ruffalo?
is swinging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look
Oh,
at
it
that
is.
the frame.
The whole thing.
So he's hanging from the whole swing is hanging from a tree.
Yeah, it's like a tire
Dude,
swing.
I mean,
want it to be
That's
extra.
like
Dude
kind of a
has-
funny visual gag. You have the entire swing swinging from a tree. That's great.
That's some shit I would do. Fuck.
Hey, yeah.
I,
Well, there he
Oh
is.
man.
This one does kind of go hard, but mostly just because the original like Pope in the big jacket goes kind of
This
hard.
doesn't really do
Yeah.
too much to ruin it. Yeah, this
That
is
kinda
fine.
fucks.
Although I will
I'll give it
say,
that.
give me a
That's you know
sec.
what? That's the best one so far.
Yeah.
You know what?
I like
Whoever whoever got all of those elements together and managed to make that look half decent, I think they should put a video of him with a little boy and see what happens.
Oh no! Oh no!
Hell yeah.
I mean, we're not.
You know-
I don't think we're quite there yet, but by like 2030, that is the reality we're in. Absolutely.
Dude, this is the main reason I am not afraid of AI at all. I am not afraid of it because it will eventually be used to do shit like that, and it will eventually become Trump sucking off a 7-year-old, and it will eventually get so good that no one can tell, and then it will all get fucking shut down. It won't last. Not to mention as well, people are always like saying to me, well, what if AI takes my videos and my job? Dude, I would love to see a fucking machine create one of my videos from nothing. I would love to see it would never. I'm sorry, it's never gonna happen.
I think it would be. I mean,
It
like
was
your
instantly great.
videos, just the way they're edited and the way you know, the funny things you choose to say. That's one thing. Even with me, I think about that sometimes, where I'm like, what would an AI think to? I mean, what would it be programmed to think to say when it encounters like a funny guy doing something funny and presses the space bar to pause the video, and then, okay, AI, it's your time to shine. Say something funny. And then what's it gonna say? Is it gonna have anything interesting to say about like society or what?
What an interesting thing that this man has done.
See,
I do believe that it is quite interesting. As you can see, he is lifting his hand here.
We
I wonder
need-
what that means. Oh no, he's lifting it at this. He's lifting it at a fucking 45-degree
Holy
angle.
shit, guys!
Oh, no.
Holy shit!
He's
Holy
got an
shit!
armband on. Whoops.
Dude, are we suggesting that Sniper Wolf is AI?
I mean,
It's funny that you mentioned that. It actually is quite funny that you mentioned that
What do you
because
mean?
Jax
I think she
Films
is,
on his stream has ReactBot, which does exactly that.
Holy shit! No way!
Wow.
I'm out of the law. I fell out of the law about a year ago. I think once the whole doxing thing happened, it wasn't fun anymore, and I was like, this is just this is just shit. So I kind of fell off. But yeah,
this statue is still the best thing to come out of that Pope jacket.
Oh my god!
Image.
I forgot
Oh,
he actually
man.
bought that.
Yeah, he got it
wow.
made. It's the Prophet of Drip.
My
That's pretty
god.
cool.
Wild.
You know, speaking of AI, I don't know if you
By the
guys.
rings.
I don't know. I like the thing on his the drip that the chain he's got just looks like a coke, like a one of those plastic things that like a six pack.
It's the 7 Halo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the 6-pack. It's the 6-pack plastic. The turtle killer. The turtle killer.
6-pack of Halo rings. Yeah. I was gonna
God,
say there's like an
Ooh,
AI
those.
thing in the YouTube stream chats now where it'll be like
I hate
the
Reddit
chat
images.
an
summary.
AI. Yeah, it's like an AI. They do it on
Yeah.
Discord too. Like an AI. So there's some feet. There's an AI summary of like whatever the stream chat is talking about or whatever, and usually it's completely inaccurate and it's entirely wrong.
Chris, if it fucked up
And,
the site, you're not gonna be able to see it very well. Reddit
Yeah, I
Reddit fucking
hate
sucks
fucking
now.
I hate
Reddit
Reddit
Reddit fucking
images.
sucks now.
Yeah. What else have we got? Oh, we're back here again.
We got a few-
Oh.
Oh, that's why did you even post this one?
Yeah, like why is
Oh,
that?
boy.
Why is that trying to convince me that this is a good thing? I don't
This
get
is
it.
Like this is literally a scene
she
from-
not
I like
only-
the way a person in the background passes through them. By the way, like this guy here in the black. Great.
I really like how she not only just completely turns her entire body backwards, but she also changes races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once
Oh my
again,
God.
it
Oh
makes
my
her
God.
like
Actually, I
going
think the
Latina.
guy does too.
What is
Yeah.
it with AI and transforming women into Latinas? What's going on with this?
I mean,
AI knows what it wants. What can I say?
Speaking
Yeah.
of race swapping people, I guess we could jump into Doctor Who talk. I mean, hey,
Oh.
hey,
hey.
Oh, real quick.
Oh.
Asian girl
Yeah, let's
squad.
roll for these. Real quick.
Oh, she loses her hairline. Oh no.
Oh, she.
I
loses
wish I
more
could
than
float
that.
like that.
She
loses
her
more
leg,
than
like
that.
grows
Kirby.
a leg. The other one has a tiny leg for a moment. If you really look at it. Oh yeah. Oh god. her
They
fucking
start
leg
morphing
broke.
together.
Yeah.
It's fucking
I mean, they're
haunting.
just amorphous, freakish blobs of flesh. It looks like a mirror enemy.
Guys,
what's
Luma
the-
AI is doing this at 3 days old, and it's so incredible.
I mean, look, at least Fatal Frame 6 looks good.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm glad they're making
Spirit
the new
camera.
one.
Oh yeah.
There's also from a thing. I don't.
Yeah,
get
this is also
this.
from a video. The only thing that isn't is from the is the
Oh,
cat.
It's a split diopter shot, and they don't understand that. Oh my god.
The lady in the back is my favorite.
Also, it thinks there's somebody's head as a background. Look at the cat. Look at the cat. Watch the cat.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, notice how
So
it's
the
a black
AI, the
background?
AI has just taken. It's taken a video of a white cat walking and just figured that that's where it belongs right then and there.
Yep.
That's so weird.
It's fucking all right. Next one. Let's see. Tristan. Oh, his computer's slowing down.
Oh boy.
It just, yeah, he hasn't got
Oh.
the CPU to handle this level
we
of, yeah.
Yeah, it's too
Level of
accurate.
AI.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I have to unpause the stream.
Oh,
Ah, you're good. You're good.
Alright.
Yeah, my video is just frozen.
Alright.
Yeah, I can see that there.
It's frozen on a beautiful frame.
Yeah, it's great.
Alright.
Okay.
Selfie.
This was
adds
also
a person.
filmed.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
Look
Does
at the
it?
person. Yeah,
Oh
look at-
yeah, that guy.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Just mystery man over here.
There's a new
He doesn't
Oh,
know
man.
where he
wow.
is.
He's like,
He doesn't, does he?
It's just a single piece of opaque plastic. I'm gonna
Looks-
reset my camera.
it
Give me a
looks like
sec.
an
I'm not
evil
sure-
Brad Pitt, even though Brad Pitt's already
You know what?
in that photo.
Yeah.
Do you think if they posted this photo before all the Kevin
There we
Spacey
go.
shit dropped, they would have looked at Kevin Spacey in this and thought that he was already up to something? Because he looks sneaky
He
in this.
already
Look
looks
at-
sneaky in
Already,
that
like-
picture.
Honestly, he looks like he's on benzos.
I also like
There
how
could be- there could be-
Brad Pitt
Listen.
seems to age 10 years in a couple of seconds.
What
Like
I
he just
like
gets
to-
Give him
gradually
blonde
older.
hair.
That's
Look at
true. What I like too is the guy, the mystery
Wow.
man that shows up on the side.
Yeah.
He's like confused to be there.
He's like, what
He's
are
great.
we doing here?
Hang on, no free advertising.
Oh yeah,
Uh-oh.
it also makes the guy like right beside him like do a little
Yeah.
like,
But listen,
Do you know what?
there are
There's a running
cathedrals
theme.
everywhere for those with the eyes to see.
Oh.
There is like a running theme with lots of AI shit, like whether it be AI upscaling in movies and shit. What's in the foreground tends to be half decent, and it's all the background shit that goes wrong, like really clearly. Because like Ellen looks, I mean, she doesn't look normal. She looks like a chicken, but you know, like
she looks like
look-
she looks like she normally does.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
she's
Like
very
Jennifer Lawrence.
still.
Jennifer Lawrence looks all right. Like, but then
But the
everything
lady-
beyond that.
the
is
lady
just-
literally like right on her neck, like watch her.
Oh god,
Yeah.
yeah. There's
That
like
guy
a
doesn't
lady
close
who
his
has
mouth.
beard. Oh
Hang
dear, yeah.
Oh god, yeah. But
He doesn't close his
Oh,
mouth.
there's like, yeah, that's.
Oh
also-
I
man.
think that's
Approximate
Lupita
the lady.
Nyong'o, actually.
well, no, look at the lady behind the guy moving his head.
Oh,
He's
is
trying
it
to
her?
approximate her
Oh,
mouth.
shit.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Look at the fucking weird smile on the thing
Oh,
beside
yeah.
Brad Pitt and the guy moving his head.
Yeah.
That's something I'm
Yeah,
also
none
Yeah.
of these are people. They're all things. That's true. They're all
Oh my
flesh
God.
pods.
This is
That
from
is-
that movie Smile. I don't know if you guys
What's
have
This
the
is
next one?
depressing.
Oh,
Distressing,
Speaking of-
I should say. Actually.
Speaking of depressing and distressing, here's Hide the Pain Herald, and this one's
this one's actually
Oh, yeah.
not the worst.
fine.
No,
Yeah,
it's hard
it
to pay.
just-
It's Harold having a stroke. It's Harold having a stroke.
he
Yeah.
does.
Oh,
He does look like he's hiding a
he looks
lot of
like
pain.
he looks like he starts taking a shit toward the end. It's not maybe the best.
Listen,
but
he's old. He
Oh.
can't help it.
he's got the
Yeah.
depends. It's fine.
He's hiding the pain. He's hiding the pain.
That's how
Oh,
he
yeah.
hides it. Yeah.
This
Pearl with
is
a pearl
this just looks
earring.
like Mia Goth. If any of you guys have seen Pearl or
Like completely
X, like
changed the
Mia
pattern on her.
Yeah, they give her a pussy chin as well. I don't know what all that's about.
oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah, they gave her a man chin because they're woke. They made her woke.
Oh no.
Speaking of making them woke,
all right, now Doctor Who, right?
Yay.
so I don't have anything to pull off for Doctor Who, so I'm just gonna end stream.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, we had wokeness and race swapping, so that's enough of a segue, I think.
Yeah, Doctor Who is back, and I mean, we aren't gonna get so completely into it, but you know, it just
we-
finished a
we-
few days ago.
You said spoiler free.
We have a
Sure.
we will at some point in the future record a full season overcap.
Right, right. As all,
Yeah,
as
full
well
recap.
as some extra Jodie Whittaker stuff that we glossed over a little bit
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah,
We got
it
into
plays
6
into
hours.
the,
If you didn't if this comes up before that,
This will
or
come
if you
out
haven't
before
seen
I
that,
think.
yeah,
Well, if you're
our
a
next
Patreon
Doctor Who
listener,
episode.
it'll
You
come out
Patreon people, sure. If our next Doctor Who hyperfixation is going to be over 6 hours long, because it's
Yeah.
spread over 2 days of us talking a lot about 11 and 12,
Yeah.
and 13 a little bit, a
Well,
tiny bit about 13.
that much.
yeah, a lot of it's just wow, this episode sucked.
I
Yeah,
watched a couple
yeah.
episodes. I like her. I don't like the writing around her. That's what
Yeah.
I'll say.
Yeah.
That's what
it's
I've
entirely
been
that.
saying. I fell off. Like I really liked Rosa. I liked that episode. Rest
Yeah.
of it,
Yeah,
I
that was
could
good.
I don't care about the rest of it. But I like Jodie Whittaker's cool. I like her, but like it's just
She's a
not.
good actress, yeah.
I've liked her since
I
I saw
don't-
her in Broadchurch.
Everybody puts
Yeah.
so much blame on her, and it's unfortunate because
Nah,
the real
not her fault.
problem was Chris Chibnall, and when they got rid of him, and they went back to the guy that saved the show the last time,
The guy that brought the show
it
back
worked
from
out
the
pretty
dead.
well.
Well,
Yeah.
if you believe some Doctor Who fans, he actually killed it again. So
A lot
that's
of
fun.
people really,
Fans?
really. I don't know how you killed what's dead, and what's dead may never die. You know, if it was
I said,
already
yeah.
killed by Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall, then I don't know what the hell the problem is. But yeah. A lot of people have an issue.
It's the whole kind of this fucking sucks. I'm never watching it again. They've lost me forever, and then they do something else. They're like, oh, this sucks. I'm never watching it again. Well, you said the first time
Yeah,
you
it's
weren't,
like-
so clearly maybe it's not your thing anymore. You know, it's fine. There's
Well,
800 other
fine.
fucking episodes. I'm sure you'll find one that's nice. I am sure it'll be all right. You know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
also-
and like it's not all just like they made it woke.
No.
It's like there are some people who have like I personally wouldn't call some of them legitimate. Some of them are like massive stretches, but
Yeah.
like there are people who don't like that finale, which is
I
strange
don't
to
fucking
me.
get that. I do not.
My
That
least
finale
favorite.
was
It was
really-
my least favorite out of the whole lot, but yeah, I wouldn't say it was
Really?
bad. It was just
I thought
yeah,
it was
my
a really good finale, and no, I mean it didn't
I
wrap
loved it.
everything up because they're going to continue with some of the mysteries in the next
Yeah.
series of episodes.
I
It was a
think-
pretty good finale. I mean, I guess it's not maybe the what would you say is the strongest of the series?
I really liked the one with the dot, the one with the dot and the
Dot
bubble
Bubble.
around
Dot
people.
A lot
Dot
of people
Bubble's a
didn't
good
like
one.
that one.
That's my
Wow,
favorite.
I
I
like
don't
that
know
one
why.
too.
It's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Do not understand. I like you can say it's on the nose or whatever, but like I thought there was so many clever layers of subtext. Like you could look at it very literally, like oh, it's like social media and all this shit and blah blah blah. But then I was looking at it like these monsters. First of all, they're really fucking cool, but also
Yes.
I really liked the idea that they don't move that much. They don't chase, so it's
Yeah,
almost
people
like
just
people
walk into them.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like people are so absorbed in this bubble of shit on social media that they end up just eating themselves because they don't.
Yeah, it's like a Venus flytrap.
Yeah, they don't need to do
Yeah.
anything. And then like that dude, the Ricky guy, he comes up and then it's almost like, oh, this is an influential social media user who comes up and then says, come towards me. And then she fucking does it without a second's hesitation because he's got influence. And then she avoids all the shit eating her, but then she sacrifices him at the end anyway, because that's what people do on social media, because everyone's someone's hero until they step out of line or something goes wrong. And then it's like, fuck everybody, security cameras on this guy, spotlight on this guy. I don't know. There were a few things that are a bit on the nose, but as a whole, I thought it was really cleverly done. And then you mix in the Doctor's actual character at the end, where he's like, look, I get it. You don't like black people and shit, but I am telling you, I have a fucking machine here that can fit you all in and we can save you. And they don't take it because that's what fucking social media does to people. Real life doesn't matter to these people anymore.
think
And
the thing is-
I relate to it. I liked it.
Yeah.
And it's like we're raising, like,
Good
obviously
episode.
we're raising our kids through like fucking social media age, and it's
Oh, yeah.
like it's not like a good teaching tool or anything, but it's a good reminder that like when you're made to feel a bit like, oh, I'm a bit out the loop, or maybe I should be doing this a bit more, or keeping up on Twitter a bit more. Sometimes, sometimes real life and
Yeah.
real people and real interactions are more fucking important. It can, it causes brain rot, and then I think that's what that whole episode's about. Yeah,
Yeah,
I liked it. I
think
liked it.
it smacks you in the face with how much it's like phone bad or whatever. And I mean, it instantly you're like, oh, what is this? A Black Mirror episode? And then
I did say
it's-
that.
I said that too. I think there's a literal quote from me in the with
I-
Gabe chat where I might have
there
said that,
is.
but yeah, it's so obviously like that up front, and then yeah, there's subtlety and subtext to it. And then I do like the fact that it is basically dealing with like, yeah, I mean, the doctor is a black guy now. He's not had to deal with that before. There's going to be some weird shit that comes with it sometimes.
Yeah.
And from
And I
my
think, yeah.
understanding, they didn't do too much of that with Jodie, and like, wow, I'm a woman now, and that's a little different.
Not really too much. Like every so often she'll get confused and think that she's still like Peter Capaldi, which
Yeah,
I get it. I want to be Peter Capaldi too,
yeah, fair.
Yeah.
but like it
Yeah.
really doesn't do much past that.
But what, yeah, I like though, because like if anybody, I know that this is again casting nets and shit and generalizing and possibly straw manning, I don't fucking know. But like if there were people that were gonna be Dr. Black equals bad, it's gonna be the people in that episode, the people that are just wrapped up in
Yeah.
brain rot social media
Social
shit.
media.
I don't even think personally it's specifically social, like phones, like tech equals bad. I don't think it's that at all. I think it's honestly social media echo, like it's literally an echo chamber around these people's heads, like it's literally a dome, I think it's a little bit more subtle than that.
Space. Yeah.
Because like if tech was that, if the whole idea was phone equals bad, then the Doctor and Ruby would not have been trying to use it to help people. They would have done something else. So I don't
Yeah.
think it's that straightforward myself. But then like there are people like I don't know if you guys knew about Dan Olsen did a video about it a few years ago, Decentraland and shit like that.
I've heard about
So,
it.
like,
Like
Yeah, so like these like
Crypto
kinds of like crypto bro, like Web3, virtual reality shit, and it's like, oh yeah, we're all gonna be living in the metaverse one day, and if you go to like in a couple hundred years,
I
you'll
hope
go
not.
to New York City, and all the buildings will be like it'd be like you're going to a Mayan ruins because they'll be
That's right.
not used. Everybody will be in a virtual space doing virtual work. So
Yeah,
it's
very
actually, I don't think it's as simple as phone equals bad. I think it's just a condemnation of just like how far this shit can go. But then when has the Doctor ever gone, hey, maybe we shouldn't go so far with science? It's not like he's ever done that fucking before, ever, once. Never.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I was just
definitely
watching-
not one of the best episodes of the Third Doctor's era, Inferno. Not that
There-
one. No,
There
of course not.
was there's a series that's kind of paralleling Doctor Who happening recently. Tales from the TARDIS, Tales of the TARDIS, and it's just recuts of the classic show, but
Those are
with
really
like
good.
yeah, they
that's
re-edit the
clever.
old. Yeah, they re-edit the old serials so they're a little more digestible. There's some new effects and stuff, and there's like a little intro part that has like a returning actor from either the old Doctor or one of the old companions or something like that. And there was one that I was watching that's a Sixth Doctor story. It's Vengeance on Varos, and
That one's so good.
it's basically just like like reality TV, like yeah, kill them. They're watching people like being televised, like fucking what do you call it, snuff films or whatever. It's just like deep,
like
deep
Burning
web
Caddy,
red rooms.
Caddy would probably be more familiar to them as the video nasties.
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
can't watch Evil Dead. Can't watch Evil Dead 1 in this country.
Oh,
Nasty
dear.
stuff. Nasty
Yeah,
stuff.
no, it's a whole thing, but it was from the 80s, and it's basically just like this. It reminded me of that, like, oh, dangers of media. Oh my God, technology. Warning, it could happen to you. I'm like, well, we've been doing this for a long time. We have Dot and Bubble now, and back then we had people dying on live TV on Pharos. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But it was
I mean,
a great
it's like-
episode, and
yeah.
the whole series was a great series. Yeah.
Yeah, it was solid. And it's what's really annoying to me is that if I want to see discourse surrounding it, I think I messaged you guys when I
Yeah.
watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, and I was like,
You were
Hey,
just
guys,
like,
I mean,
I like
I-
it, and that was.
I liked it. that's
That's all it's
that's honestly all I really said. And
Oh.
lots of people agreed. A few people disagreed. But then the ones that were very adamantly going on and on about how much they didn't like it, eventually the true colors would come out, and then it would become oh, she, her in bio, fucking opinion bin.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you want to use that as a joke or, you know, an own or a diss or fucking whatever, cool. I've got a friend on Twitter. One friend. I've got a friend on Twitter. She's an artist called Dat Cravat, and she's incredible, and she does really great stuff. There is not a single indication on her Twitter account that she's a lady. There's nothing. So she puts she, her in her bio because when people reach out to her for commissions or invitations to things, a lot of the time they assume that she's a guy.
There's many reasons for it, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just helpful.
It's just who fucking cares?
You don't got your face in your profile, it makes it easier. It's like,
yeah, and it's like, and it's the same with like if you want to just go immediately to using, like we've talked about this in our little chat, but like woke as a general sweeping insult, it just becomes
Woke
like you.
is a
I don't know.
slur.
To me, it's just like like I don't know. There's no argument there at that point. It's just you don't like something, and you've like labeled all of it together in one digestible word. I suppose that's the way I look at it anyway.
Like
I can't take that word seriously. It's too silly. It's too silly. I don't know.
It's like a flash word where it's like, it's something you can just kind of burn.
It's like whenever they say Nazi or like fascist, and like, what does that mean anymore? You call everyone on Twitter that now. It doesn't really mean much.
Yeah.
And
There's
similarly,
some,
like,
though, where it's like, oh, you're just posting like literal swastikas and shit. It's like, oh, all right, that's
and similarly, you get some people that are extremely woke and they're like proud of it or whatever. So it's like, I mean, but it's definitely something that's overused for sure, and
I think it's one of those things
pejorative used. You know,
I think it's one of those things just as a term, as an expression of an idea. I think it's just the fact that it just proves to me on, especially because like I see that a lot on Twitter, especially. And the thing with Twitter is that it's always from day one been tweets. It's been condensed opinions. It's not been deep. It's not been very detailed. So
now there's zeets.
Yeah, there you go. So like you kind of latch on to certain phrases to kind of describe a general feeling of what you're trying to say. But the problem with that is that nuance is just fucking dead at this point. And it's just like, so the second that people start using it as a genuine criticism, I'm out, because it's like,
well, it's not even that nuance is dead. It's also that there's people that, you know, the same people that would condemn you for telling them to get some media literacy would read a tweet and try to read between the lines and be like, what did he mean by that? Yeah, he was talking about us here.
I think the main thing I personally think, I mean, it's like it links into nuance as well, but I think what I find quite depressing about that whole situation and what people are now devolving into with shit slinging is that it's like, why can't we look at things as it's good for these reasons or it's bad for these reasons? Why does it always go, it's shit cause woke?
Yeah.
Like,
because the Doctor Who, like the recent Doctor Who stuff, I couldn't. There's stuff in it where I'm like, maybe this isn't your thing, fine, but like the way they handled virtually every element that was kind of woke outside of the Star Beast, the first introduction.
Yeah, the Star Beast had a bit of
cringe
stuff in it.
Yeah, outside
remind me the Star.
It was with
the anniversary
the 30th.
special.
30th. What the fuck? The
23rd, right? Yeah.
Was it a Tennant one?
Yeah, the Tennant.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first David
the one that's adapted from a comic. But
okay, I might have.
It was the stuff with Rose, and don't get me wrong, I love Rose. Yeah. She's cool. Yeah. She was good as a character in that, and also the finale, even though she didn't get to do anything. But like it was the stuff like, you know, binary, non-binary. That's a bit, but fine. And then you know, something that a male presenting Time Lord wouldn't understand. We just let it go. That's.
But then there was also stuff. I did a whole stream where I looked at some of the culture war people, and several of them had actually, admittedly, never watched Doctor Who. So when they got to the scene where where Donna
That
is
shit
like
mystifies me.
she's chastising the doctor and being like, "You're stupid and I'm better than you," and it's like, "This is woke," and it's like, this is just the way
No,
she
that's
is.
what
This is
Yeah,
how
Terry
that's
she's
is.
Donna
always
Noble.
been.
It's like
Yeah,
It's funny.
that's
Sorry, I
Catherine
thought
Tate too.
hang on a second. I was under the impression that Alpha Chads could take a joke. I thought, oh, it's just a joke, bro. I
You'd
thought,
think.
oh,
You'd
oh,
think.
but it's a
You'd
joke
think,
about
yeah.
okay, right,
Yeah,
okay.
no,
Gotcha.
I mean, absolute
We do be
worst.
jokesters
Yeah.
around here.
No, Karl Marx. No.
Hell yeah.
Yes, we must seize the means of reproduction.
Or the Pringles man.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Monopoly.
Well, actually, I don't think Pringles guy has glasses, but hey, it's close enough. He got a prescription,
He's getting up there. He's old. He might need some little help up there with the people.
Yeah, he's just a little bit farsighted.
It's okay. So when it comes to anything, I would look at that kind of thing. I don't remember that personally, but I could look at that as just clumsy, way too sledgehammer writing.
It's just a bit
most,
cringe. That's
it's
it.
a little cringe, yeah. And
it's like,
second.
yeah, and I wouldn't look at it as anything other than that,
And that's the worst that it was. And outside of that, it was a lot of great stuff where it's like, they had a scene with like him, the gay kiss scene. I guess it's a bit of a spoiler. It was a few episodes ago.
I mean,
People
we'll
say that
go
they
ahead
do.
and we'll just go ahead and say
spoiler.
for everyone out there, spoilers for the new Doctor Who season.
Now
No
I feel
spoilers
like
for the finale.
Okay,
Okay.
right. So
Yeah.
you could call that a spoiler.
Actually,
I would
I do have a
call
spoiler
that.
for the. I do have a spoiler for the finale.
That's like a
It's just
trailer
one.
moment.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So you could say that kiss was a spoiler. I would say that are you telling me that an alien creature that has re-transformed itself 14 times and has 2 hearts and has had multiple feelings for multiple people and has also been a woman might actually be bi? What are you talking? What is the problem?
No, of course the Doctor's straight because he man.
Yeah.
That's how it be.
Did you not see some of those longing gazes between Captain Jack and Tennant? Did you not pick up on this?
Dude,
what is it?
Christopher Eccleston literally.
Sorry, go on.
Christopher Eccleston, can't fucking speak. But the Ninth Doctor and Captain Jack, they literally fucking flirted in Bad Wolf, not Bad Wolf. Boomtown. Boomtown.
I gotta rewatch some 9. I just watched the episode Gridlock from series 3.
That's a classic.
I love it's one of my favorite. And it has a scene in it that just made me go woke and shout at the screen because there's 2 old ladies that are, I guess, they're directly said to be like married to each other, and I'm just like, how did they ruin Doctor Who with this woke agenda nonsense?
Dude, are you saying
that is more woke than like half of the episodes in the new series of episodes? Yes. And they're calling that woke, and that was from 2007 or something.
Are you saying car equal bad? Are you saying modern life equal bad?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I can't believe it. Yeah. You just want those. What are they? 4-minute cities or whatever? 2-minute cities. Something like
cities.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had that.
In a walkable city. Oh yeah, that would be nice.
I could not name a walkable city in America outside of New York.
I'm in Toronto. We're thankfully pretty walkable here, but
I tried.
Most cities here are walkable.
Sometimes you gotta walk over the fucking homeless people.
All right, so real quick,
are walkable, but we're so small, so that makes sense.
That's true.
So I found this organically, just looking at a certain tag, that was trending on Twitter, and then Gabe found it too.
Oh boy.
And we absolutely got to show you this, but I do want to warn any viewers, any listeners, spoilers for the finale of the new season of Doctor Who coming soon. Yeah, we'll just
when you end the
regard
stream, the
this.
will be over, so just.
We will regard this this thing right here. This we'll regard the video, but just the video.
Are we supposed to be seeing something? I'm not seeing anything.
Give me 1 sec. So spoilers in 3, 2, 1.
Warning!
To watch stream.
Yeah, we won't get into details about why this is funny, but if you know, you know.
It is, it is quite funny.
This also will only work if you're on video, so listeners, you're not getting spoiled.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's such a good tweet.
Dude, I've always wanted to be out of context, like out of just taken in from a completely different circumstance as a
Yeah.
reaction to something.
That's
I
awesome.
great.
popped that in the chat if you want to like it or
Amazing.
retweet it or anything.
Hell
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fantastic. I love it.
I will say, I mean,
All right, there you go.
slight, bordering on spoilers, that twist is one where it's like that is such an earth-shatteringly big twist where it's like this has to come at some people have pointed out like the Doctor's wife, a few other older episodes are like, why didn't
She
this
didn't
come
say
up?
a single thing.
Why
Yeah,
didn't she mention anything about
What an
this
asshole.
situation going on? I don't
this
know.
motherfucker's been playing the longest game possible. That's
Yeah.
really the truth. Is like he.
Which that would make, I think that's believable with everything else that show has done in 800 plus episodes.
I
It's not
respect it,
too
though.
unbelievable.
It's
If I
so
can
funny.
believe that the Doctor is an interdimensional being that was found below a fucking portal and has had like a billion lives that we don't know about, I can believe the twist that we got this
We're,
week.
we're having to exist in a post fucking unearthly child world or whatever the fuck. What is it called? No, that's the first one. Timeless
The timeless
child or
children.
whatever.
Yeah.
Timeless children.
Existing past that. So yeah.
So it's like, all right,
No,
I'm down.
it's funny when you think of how many stupid things have happened in this existing canon that are still
Dude.
part of the canon, and like people are gonna quibble about like, oh, but they didn't explain the snow with Ruby. Like, dude, come on, man, is that really the biggest problem? I don't know.
You know what? I just found it funny how the bad guy. I find it funny how everything happened the way it did because this character didn't see somebody's face. I thought that
if you know,
the
you
obsession.
know.
The obsession was great. Like just like all of this happened because he didn't have the answers to everything. I just thought that was quite funny. But it's really weird though, because I remember like I don't know when you guys like in Canada, America, wherever, but I don't know when Doctor Who like Eccleston onwards breached overseas. But like
2008-ish.
Oh man,
it was 2008-ish in like
Netflix.
niche circles, but it
Yeah.
really started with
It's
the
been
11th
uphill
Doctor, and it was
since then, yeah.
Like,
so I don't know if that,
around 11, yeah.
when it got put on
Okay,
Netflix,
so
it really blew up here.
Oh, okay. So I
of course we also got a bunch of classics like fucking the 5 Doctors came out here before it came out over there.
Yeah, a lot of it
Apparently,
was like
yeah.
but when it blew up in America was the Eccleston
Early 2010s,
But
I'd say, yeah.
Okay, right.
Then
So
Tumblr.
maybe
Tumblr blew it up too.
yeah, Tumblr might have done it, yeah. But maybe that makes my perspective a little different on this. But it's like the reason, or at least, okay, people are gonna probably quote me or paraphrase me. I could be wrong. I'm just going off of vague younger self memories and having a dad that was massively into Doctor Who while I was still talking to my dad. But like the reason that Doctor Who kind of stopped for years, like decade plus, was because people fucking stopped watching it and everyone thought it was shit. So already that's quite funny because it's like when people want to say how was it not like it was in the old days, people were not watching it even back then. And then you had people were making fun of Doctor Who even from fucking Tom Baker, which are some of the most beloved sci-fi TV serials of all time, and yet people were making fun of the cardboard wars and people were making fun of the Daleks being on bad remote controls and all this shit. So all of that is like, I'm just going into everything with that mindset. And then even when Eccleston's series was announced in like 2004, 2005, newspapers were going crazy over him having a leather jacket. Like, what happened to him? He's a cool dad now. This isn't the Doctor. And then everybody saw the series.
All the question marks all over him. This isn't the Doctor.
Yeah.
See, so I remember bits and pieces of that, and then I remember Tennant happening, and people were a little bit more on board with that. But then they were getting sick of Rose because Rose was a chav, so she was a lower class UK East London kind of girl, and people didn't like that because like, well, why would the Doctor be with somebody like that, and blah blah blah. And then Captain Jack appears, and he's gay and shit, and then like it just nobody has ever really seemed to be. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a stupid thing to say. People are either happy or unhappy for different reasons. But when it comes to the mass cultural outrage, that's always been a thing that people have. And my own dad fell off after Eccleston because he didn't like Tennant. And he was like, oh, they've pushed it too far now. This guy's too young. And then I remember people saying Tennant was too young because he was too chiseled and he was too handsome, and it's like he should be like Pertwee and he should be like Troughton and he should be like William Hartnell, you know? It's
Funnily
like
enough, we mentioned in the recent our recent retrospective talking about oh fuck, what's his name? Tristan, what's his name? 12.
Peter Capaldi.
Capaldi.
Talking about Peter Capaldi when he got
love him so
cast. He's one of the at this point he's like a beloved, you know, he's one of the top doctors on a lot of people's
I would say
rankings, but-
I would say he is currently the fan favorite.
Yeah, especially, I mean, you know, and it's like he's a little bit old enough now that maybe there's just some nostalgia too, but like, yeah, he's pretty popular. But when he was announced, people were consequently also very upset, and they were like, oh, this is an old man. Why is he so old and ugly? And why is he an old white guy? And why is he not young and handsome? And so, yeah, you're never going to make everybody happy.
And I think, like, it's those lazy, well, not, okay, lazy is a bad way to put it, I suppose, because people have their reasons for disliking things. Who am I to judge? It's fine. But I think when big criticisms of bigger ideas, like I was talking about nuance being dead, when it all boils down to that kind of thing, it's funny. And I think if the term of woke existed back in the early 2000s, it would have been used then. This not a new thing. When people talk about over wokeification or anything, you could talk about corporate pandering, you could talk about disingenuous inclusions of things, you could talk about, you know, people putting things in a capitalist sense to sell things and then behind the scenes do really shit things that aren't progressive. You can complain about a lot of things, but the very idea of just whatever woke is, if it existed back in the day, it would have been a thing that people said. And the fact that it's just a word now, that's the thing, it's just a word to describe a feeling now, so that's why I don't take it seriously as an actual criticism.
It's an easy verb, you know?
Woke is the new PC.
Yeah, I suppose.
And DEI is the new woke.
No, that too.
It's
and
kind of
Bridge is the new DEI.
Yeah, if you haven't
They're calling
heard
it
that term
Bridge
yet,
now.
you'll hear it.
See, I remember when cringe was like Ricky Gervais's The Office. That's what cringe comedy was, and now cringe just means, I don't know, I'm 30, that's cringe, or that's gay, that's cringe. Like, what's cringe then? What? No, I don't know.
The words, man, we made them up. They don't mean anything.
When everything is cringe, nothing is cringe.
Says the man in the 2019 Joker suit on the top of the stairs.
I haven't paid an absurd amount of money for a suit.
Who wore it to a wedding.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And the wedding was also basically kind of a joke. So hey, it fits.
Are they broken up yet?
Yes, twice.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
Literally.
Love to see it.
Would you say that he got what he fucking deserved?
He definitely got what he fucking deserves. I hate. He's my own cousin, and I fucking hate him.
No.
Hell yeah.
My dad's one of 11. I got enough of them. I can go around.
Yeah, so there was another thing I wanted to mention as well. I think one of you in our little chat mentioned it as well. Somebody said, "Oh, Ncuti Gatwa is not playing the Doctor; he's playing himself." And
yeah, that was a little while ago.
And I mean, like, that's okay if that's a better criticism, I suppose, than he's black and gay or bi and woke and whatever. It's a better idea, but then I immediately thought, have you not seen Sex Education? Because that's not the same fucking person, not in the slightest.
Yeah.
Like, super, super, super gay and camp in Sex Education, and not even a scratch on what he was like in Sex Ed. And I think it was Claw. Did Claw said that he was in Barbie, which I completely forgot.
Yep.
And,
small part, but he was,
Yeah, but it's like, and I forgot he's just good at blending. And the thing is that what he was doing in that show, Colin Baker, camp as fuck. That's one of the reasons people don't like Colin Baker, because of the stupid, elaborate colored jumpers and shit.
Same with Sylvester McCoy and celery lapel Fifth Doctor.
Peter Davison.
Well. And the umbrella and shit. And it's like, this is why people were falling off the show even in the 80s.
I was just gonna say, like, the Doctor's always been kind of a flamboyant motherfucker, just because he's 100%. Flamboyant in a different way now.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can go back as far as the fucking the Romans from the first Doctor's era. The Doctor's just like, oh, Ian, no, I'm going to eat my grapes.
If somebody can look at me.
The second Doctor, I just watched my first serial with him. Incredibly whiny, posh little Very
He's
prissy
also-
little man. I love him.
He is
He's
also
cool.
absolutely gay for Jamie McCrimmon. Don't tell the actor for Jamie McCrimmon I said that though.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know
It's
about
funny
that.
you mentioned
but
that
alright.
because Matt Smith's biggest inspiration for the Doctor was Patrick Troughton, so that's interesting. But
Yeah, that's how I would describe him somewhat too.
Yeah,
That's
but
fair.
like, if somebody could genuinely look me dead in the eye and say seriously that like Tom Baker is the manliest, chattiest motherfucker, like,
Well, he
course
is a
he is,
Chad in his own
obviously.
way.
Yeah.
He absolutely is, but
But-
not
but to-
in like
but to
that
suggest
traditional
that-
way.
yeah, to suggest that he is like a gruff, rough and tough man's man. He is
Yeah.
Yeah.
camp turned up to fucking 11, and that's
I
why he's
mean,
so great.
He's not
That's
starting
one
a
of the
bar fight.
things. That's one of the things
Or
that I
winning a bar
find.
fight.
Well, yeah, that's one of the. Well, no, he doesn't get into fights. That's one of the things I find inspiring about the Doctor is that he's, as a character, generally able to own being a bit of a fucking weirdo, and then make that part of his whole thing. And you know, I've got that going on for me, and I try to do that somewhat. Where he's got bow ties and shit, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm wearing a bow tie. Fuck you. I've got a fez. Fezzes are cool. I've
Yeah.
got a guitar. I've got my Sonic sunglasses or whatever the fuck." I like
Yeah.
that the grippy gloves came back into play in the
Yes.
minor spoilers, but there's a return of those, which were in the Ruby Road, the first episode with Chuti.
Yeah,
I should put
Space
these on. I
Baby.
can't see my
Sonic's
fucking
there.
screen.
or no,
No, it
No,
was the
it-
other one.
it was Shirt from Ruby Road, you're right.
Yeah,
Church on Ruby Road, yeah.
with the goblins.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel. Chuti is now one of my favorites because
He's
there's
very
just
good.
there is such a like there's a confidence there's a
Yes.
Tennant level of confidence with a Colin Baker level of camp and all this other like he's just a good amalgamation and
That was
he's got the
thing.
emotional chops as well. Like he's super good and he gets angry as well. Like yeah, he's cool. He's really fucking good. I
He's
loved him.
great.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
I think-
he
I think he's probably in like my top 5, I would say.
yeah. I mean, it's been so few episodes with him so far, so it's tough to
Yeah.
say at this
Yeah.
point. But it's
Especially
been,
since
like,
2 of them he was barely in.
That's true, but it's been
Yeah.
mostly it's like all killer, no filler, really.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, the
he's
thing
been
I-
great in all of them. I would say he it's like he's got a little bit of everything. Like you mentioned, confidence. Like one of the things I haven't watched much from Peter Davison, but when I did watch Peter Davison stuff, I was just like, he's kind of bland. He doesn't feel like he has
Yeah.
much of a presence or anything. Like Tom Baker definitely did, John Pertwee, whatever. But then I watched Peter Davison, like, he doesn't. And Chuti absolutely has that. He just steals every scene that he's in. It's the same with like a Peter Capaldi or a Tennant. Like he has what it takes. I don't know from what I've seen of Jodie if she necessarily ever had really that kind of thing either. Maybe she did,
Yeah.
and I never saw
No,
it.
yeah.
But like,
He has a couple
Yeah, Jodie for me, yeah,
moments.
Jodie for me was very much like she was constantly just on edge, just all the fucking time, and I liked that because like Peter Capaldi was mostly really fucking grumpy and all that kind of shit, and and then like Jodie Whittaker comes in and is like she wants to be more excited and happy, and then but she just finds herself being really angry most of the time. It's almost like she never left Capaldi, kind of. It's interesting. Is the word I would use. Yeah.
And then, of course, people called her a Karen because they've never watched Doctor Who and they don't know that the Doctor's been an angry person annoyed with nitwits since like the fucking 60s.
Which is one of the
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
the funniest part about all of this shit is that the Doctor would absolutely hate a lot of these people who were like, they're black now, they changed it.
Wasn't there a scene? Wasn't there a scene in one of the Capaldi ones where he had his companion and he fucking punches the guy because he says, "Oh, why aren't you like wiping my shoes or something?" And then he fucking decks the guy. Like he's always been like this. He's always been like this.
We love Capaldi in this fucking house.
And we love Bill as well. There's a whole scene later on in that
Bill.
series with Bill where she's talking to some like Romans or something, Roman soldiers, I think it was, and she's just talking about like, yeah, I don't like men. Oh, you're like our friend over here, and they point to a black Roman guy who also doesn't like women or something, and it's just like I can't believe how long. Again, I can't believe Doctor Who's woke. 10
I
years
can't believe
ago. No.
Do you know what, dude? You all you got to do is Google image search Roman artwork, and it is so straight. It's the straightest shit you've ever seen in your life, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like Fist of the North Star and JoJo. It's
Yeah.
super straight. Yeah.
Totally.
straight as an arrow.
100%
Straight as an arrow.
like
And,
hetero, the
and
crush of
even
pussy.
if you find sculptures and paintings that are depicted of straight people, there is way too much detail in those dicks, man. There's
Oh, yeah.
way
Yeah.
too much. You know,
You know,
They had a good
Michelangelo
time.
had
With the dick
something
was like-
going on in his brain.
They
you
didn't
know?
have much to do back then. They had to have their fun where they could, you know? They got to
Yeah,
micro
and-
sculpt the penis, you know?
yeah, God bless
very
him. God bless
important.
him. See, this was another thing as well when because I was catching up when you guys had already kind of finished everything, and there was the Maestro episode,
Oh,
and
yes.
then they appear, and then they talk about, you know, I think there's a pronoun bit in there somewhere, like when
Yeah,
when
that's-
they're
it's-
introduced.
That's
And,
all of the woke in that episode.
Which
by the
isn't
way.
even really a
That's all of
woke.
it.
It's just like an airplane joke or something.
Yeah,
It's just like
and-
a stupid joke. It's
Also
a
a
funny,
fucking-
stupid joke.
Yeah, and also a fucking alien, who cares? But the other thing as well is that, like, what I found funny about that is that if you want to say, oh, he, she, they are woke, and that makes everything a big, like, indoctrination thing and everything, they were the enemy. They were the bad
Yeah.
guy.
That's
So
what I keep
isn't-
saying.
So isn't that what the anti-woke people
That's
would
what-
want?
That's
Like,
literally
isn't that what they...
want.
I said the same thing when we were streaming. We talked about some of these
Oh.
culture war people, and I
Yes.
was just like,
Think
I was like-
Ryan Kennel? I can't remember.
It
what
was
we
a
were
f-
watching.
it
They
was
all
like the
blur
fucking
together.
pronouns
Yeah, who
guy.
was it? Yeah.
Tristan hit it. It was the pronouns guy, and among a few
Oh
others.
shit! Fuck!
Yeah, we
where
got-
is it?
We got the
Oh,
Where is it?
come on. There you go.
We got that as the
It was-
soundboard button.
No.
Oh.
It was yeah, it was them, and you know, again, some of them admittedly they admit in the video that they've never watched it or whatever, but like,
Yeah, we're-
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
it's insane. It's genuinely insane to me. It's like, even when there's an opportunity for them to go, oh my god, the enemy of our culture is the enemy in the show. They have an opportunity to say that, and they still won't take it.
They could
Yeah,
have
I
literally
remember
had
that-
an own in their eyes, and they don't take it because they don't watch
I-
the show.
I remember that with the
Fucking
Fallout
embarrassing.
show. That was another one I pointed it to, where the
Oh god,
woke,
that guy.
the evil
Well-
woke villain or whatever is the Walton, spoilers. The show came out a month ago or 2 months ago or whatever, but it was Walton
Fallout.
Goggins is, yeah, watch Walton Gog Out. It's a good show. It was Walton Goggins' wife, who is a black lady, and I was just like, so this guy's bringing up interracial divorce statistics, talking about this show for
Yeah,
some
that's
insane
fucking
reason, because he's a nut job. But then I'm like, so if you're thinking this deeply about it, why can't you just go, oh, she's black and she's like plotting to blow up the world or something? This aligns with my insane racist beliefs.
But
Why
then,
can't
like,
you view it as a win? It's just glass half empty. That's the problem.
also, I mean, there's that, and then there's the fact that Fallout is set in an alternate, like, 21 something, isn't it? Like, it's not the
Yeah.
50s. So there's the other thing.
It takes place in
It's like the late 2000s, the late-
2296.
Yeah,
Oh,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then, like, but then in the same breath, I'm sure these people would be very, you know, pro, you know, capitalist and pro everything else you could imagine. And then Fallout from day one has been capitalists destroyed the universe, and it still is a thing that exists.
Yeah.
So, you know what? As you were just describing what people were describing as woke in Fallout, I was actually trying to work out what it was, because some people's brains have rotted that much where I'm like, I don't even know what you're referring to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
know what direction you were possibly going when you were
Like,
talking.
No one saw it coming when he whips out interracial divorce statistics and
Yeah.
starts talking about race, unironically mentioning
Shit, we
race
Well,
mixing.
got to put
Which-
you never see it coming as part of the
And you know what? Unless the statistic is 100%, then your point is invalid, because you could be in the lesser percent of good, you know, or the
I
bigger
don't
percent
know.
of good or bad. Like, I
Something.
don't know.
I mean, this guy, to put it nicely, looks exactly like you think he does, and supposedly lives
Yeah.
with his mother. And
Oh, hopefully she's not black.
ugh, I feel like
Well,
that might connect
yeah.
to some of the grudges. It seems
Allegedly-
like the way he talks about her, from what I've
Allegedly, that guy's he had an ex-girlfriend in high school who was black who did not stay with him, and maybe that's why he's now like
origin
this.
story.
Allegedly,
Joker.
allegedly.
Joker origin story, motherfucker
Yeah.
down here.
That usually is how it goes. I wish I was
Yeah.
kidding. I know a couple guys like that, and I'm like, I remember the girl you were hitting on years ago.
Mhm.
Saying,
I was, it's weird. I was talking to my fiance Karis about this. Like, I was like, what I was like in high school, and like, I like most, if not every, female interaction I had as a straight guy was pretty bad, and like, I could have very easily fallen down a certain rabbit hole with the internet growing and the way that it does, and that's why these kinds of grifter types succeed so well, because they've noticed and they've hit a nail on the head with something wrong with the way society works or treats certain kinds of people, and and they're exploiting it, and it's sad. It's very sad. Because like when I was younger, there weren't that many people around to exploit that. So I kind of found my own way and dug my way out of it. But for a lot of younger teens and stuff nowadays, it's not too easy, and it's kind of sad.
Lucky that my surrogate internet father was Vine Sauce and not Sneeko.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
Oh yeah.
Probably probably could have been a lot worse.
Admittedly, there's a hilarious video of a security guard punching the shit out of Sneeko recently.
Yeah,
I can pull that up if y'all want.
I guess that's a bit of a segue. I think we did want to mention that.
Literally broke his teeth.
I heard
Hang on.
about
Wow.
that.
It's like couldn't
pull that up.
happen
And
to a
this-
nicer person.
And this goes to show everything about me, because I know the name, I don't know the guy. This is the thing. I'm
He
so
is
good.
Andrew Tate's
Good.
biggest dick writer.
He literally.
Oh, that's all I need. That's
Yeah.
all I need. Yep. That's all I
He
need.
used
One sec.
allegedly he used. It's interesting because Sneeko allegedly, when he started out, according to people who used to watch him, he was actually an interesting guy who had some interesting things to say about life.
He
and
did
his
some
outlook on
interesting YouTube
things.
videos, but
Yeah, he was vlogging and he was just a young guy who was talking about his life or whatever.
there's not that
And
much
then
money in that.
Then he fell down the Tate pipeline, and then he started talking about how he wanted to rape another YouTuber, and
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
now he's not on YouTube anymore.
Not on
That's
YouTube
a
anymore.
it's a natural progression you just mentioned. Andrew Tate, and then talking about wanting to rape somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
that
One
seems.
thing leads to another.
So
Jeez,
he's
man.
a part of this group. He's a part of this group, and I
Oh!
Oh, I just missed it. I just missed
Oh,
it.
all right.
Oh, we'll run it
We'll go
again.
back.
Play the
Put the
audio.
Oh, we'll do
sound
sound.
Now play the audio a little bit.
Okay.
is there no sound?
So what's the
Oh, I
context
can't
of this?
hear it.
Okay. So he's a part of
Okay.
another group who are trying to get into a club. Related to a guy named Nick Fuentes. It'd be hard to explain that one in easy
Ah.
short term.
White
And,
supremacist weirdo pedophile.
Yeah,
yeah.
actual. Okay,
So-
so as you see,
Yeah.
somebody just took his hat.
Somebody knocked
pretty sure it
was-
the hat off. Yeah.
You don't do
Yeah.
that.
And
Can't do
then,
that.
ooh,
Oh.
almost. I almost got that
Ooh.
wham shot.
What a great shot.
This is.
Oh!
Oh.
Hit Sneeko right in his fucking face.
Perfect. KO. And then yeah.
And,
Sneeko
Man.
lost a fucking tooth, damn.
Oh no, he even
Whoa.
broke
Chipped
his teeth. It
yeah, he
chipped him.
chipped his teeth, which is
Snaggle.
worse than losing one.
Snaggle.
Yeah.
Wow. God Almighty.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
a little bit
That's
funny.
the ultimate.
for
You know,
removing a
you can
man's
tell
tats.
by just looking at a situation who has been raised by the internet and not got done much real life shit. You can tell this guy's like probably never worked retail or something. You can just
Oh,
there's
yeah.
there's things you can, I could be wrong, but like you can make very strong assumptions about, because there's no reason for you to be like this. There's
I mean,
no reason.
I've never worked retail, and I've mostly been raised by the internet. And even still, I think it's just about like I don't know, something is wrong. There's something up. with
Yeah,
him.
I agree.
Maybe some
I agree.
wrong influences or
The
something. I don't know.
Cloud chaser mindset is like
Yeah.
it's literal brain rot.
Well, it's like the IRL streamer thing too, because this reminds me of I don't know the whole details here, but it just reminds me of the fucking guys who've been like wreaking havoc in Japan just
Yep.
ruining people's lives. The locals just hate them. They're like weird foreigners from America or Britain or whatever, and they're just coming and live streaming themselves being fucking dicks in the subway station or whatever.
Like piston trains for super
Yeah.
chats and shit. It's fucking
Jesus.
absurd.
Yeah, and the TTS thing that's like shouting
yeah.
racial slurs at people. Yeah, there was one guy who did get like confronted by a Japanese
This
dude
guy
on a
got
train.
arrested. Johnny Somali guy got arrested and then
Yeah.
reported, I believe.
Yeah.
Good.
It's become a whole epidemic over there, and it reminds me a lot of this kind of like, haha, bro, I got views, haha.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
I
thing,
got
though.
my
Yeah,
face punched in, but I got views, haha.
that's true. But do these people never stop and consider for a split second? Because I saw there was a thing that, and this is when I officially stopped letting anything that like. When you want to argue in your own, I don't know if you guys do this, but you hear about things that controversial people say, and then you go into an internal debate on like why they're wrong, and like you use your own morals, kind of, you know, figuring it out and logically dissecting it. I stopped doing that with Andrew Tate the second he said that sleeping with women was gay.
Yeah.
Because and what's funny
What
to
could
me,
have
like,
made you do that? Come on.
well, so
It's so reasonable.
the funny thing to me about what he was trying to say was that he was obsessed with legacy, because he was talking about if you sleep with women to have children, then that's a straight thing to do because you should be aiming to have children and leave a genetic legacy. But yeah, he was talking about leaving a legacy. So if these people are similarly aligned, they're leaving another kind of legacy, which they're so obsessed with, and their legacy is this shit. So when they die, do they not think that the legacy they leave is not just the genetic children or whatever the fuck, but this? This is what they're going to be remembered for. This is what...
They don't
like,
think that far ahead.
No, but for
Yeah.
people so obsessed with legacy, you'd think that they would think twice about this. Wouldn't you? Like,
Oh, you think?
I
don't
mean,
get it.
and
Well, they
Andrew
think
Tate
that what
spouting
they're-
slurs actually on Twitter. I don't think he thinks about the shit he says.
Well,
Oh no,
There's-
he doesn't mean anything,
he
because
doesn't have
whatever
also,
he...
and
Yeah.
also didn't have the audio on. I had it muted. Fuck. Never mind.
Oh
You're good.
dear, that's cool.
You don't need
But
Um,
yeah, no.
I mean,
It's,
like, I
it's
think
kind
that
of freaky.
Yeah.
So you
either
go on.
he would be like in either he would think that what he's doing is a good thing, or he genuinely just doesn't give a shit. And
Oh, he
all
don't
the
give a
stuff
shit.
about all the
Yeah.
stuff about legacy is probably just a bunch of it's just what he needs to say to be a good grifter.
Yeah, he's probably
See,
just
also-
saying stuff that people.
We're
wanna
I
hear.
feel like we're in the new age of like snake oil. It's really been a
Mhm.
new because I don't know if that was that big of a thing. I mean, there's always been scams, but it's becoming like a cultural element of our fucking existence being scammed by one person or another at any given fucking
Yeah.
time.
Well, see, also, it's
Yeah.
like, there's a new system, because, like, Twitter, you can get paid for engagements on posts, so it's basically just...
Mhm. Doesn't
Oh,
matter if
yeah.
it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter. If it's good or
although
bad.
if you get community noted, you don't get paid, which is funny.
Really?
And isn't
Yes.
that
Yeah.
a thing that leads us into another thing, Tristan?
Yes,
Does it?
With the quartering
The
thing?
quartering.
Oh, the
Yeah,
quartering.
'cause-
Oh my
yes.
god, I haven't heard that name for a while. What happened?
Is this one it?
um,
No, well, actually, this kind of leads into it. So a lot of these fucking quartering types, the people who are like, oh, this is woke and
12
that's
videos
bad.
a day talking about a single
Yeah.
tweet that they found and getting mad about it, you know?
yes, effectively...
Getting mad. The types that get mad
content
at Doctor Who without watching it.
Yes.
Yes.
What were you
okay.
saying?
I was saying it's basically just content slop.
Yeah.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
The oatmeal of content. There's
Okay.
just a lot of it.
Cover my camera.
But we got so this person, I don't know who this is, their name is censored, says is basically just talking shit on someone who works at Epic.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because of tweeting to some YouTuber who targeted someone
tweeting to a
else.
YouTuber who fucking sucks.
Yes.
But this says fuck yourself, absolutely vile person,
Okay.
I don't know exactly what all it says. It might say more than that. I can't
Yeah,
click
I
on
will.
the
I
image.
will. You know what? I'll just say right now. I'll just say freedom of speech, bro. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
I
But
thought that's
then
what everyone
Tim
was up for.
Sweeney.
The Epic.
Okay.
So
John Epic, if you will.
he tags Sweeney, Fortnite, and Unreal, but not Tim. So Tim just saw this,
Okay.
saying, "I support my Epic colleagues' right to express themselves. I think cancel campaigns such as the one from Smash JT above." So I'm guessing this is Smash JT.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a free
should be
Good
rejected
censorship.
as they attempt to chill freedom of speech and freedom of association by tearing down sensible personal company boundaries.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The next bit's fucking fantastic. So this guy, I don't know who this person is, says, is saying that go fuck yourself expressing oneself? Tim Sweeney pulls out fucking On Liberty. I love this man, specifically in this moment. I don't like him otherwise.
Yeah, I have my opinions on Epic Games and certain practices, but and then he even fucking fires him with Chat GPT, but
yeah. But like he links directly to the fucking book on Gutenberg. By the way, shout out Gutenberg.org. Get a whole bunch of old books for free.
No, can't click the read more there. That's unfortunate. I wanted to see what his whole own was.
I'm sure you can find it. It's just him going into detail, essentially.
I think maybe he likes Chat GPT, but maybe there's another like backhanded slap with it, because lots of freedom speech people will always talk about fucking AI and Chat GPT. So it's almost like, hey, this is a thing that describes it pretty well, and also Chat GPT seems to understand it. So so maybe it's an own. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I'm speculating, but yeah.
I just love how he doesn't play along. He's not falling for it. He's just like, freedom of speech.
Like the tweet here that sums this up says, it's like this is the sort of the Grums strategy. You just be like a shitty dickhead. People eventually tell you to fuck off, and then you complain like a digital Karen. And it becomes like a "they censored me" content war thumbnail thing.
Yeah.
Well, if they censored you, why the fuck are we hearing about it and talking about it all the fucking time?
Quote from man on the news: "I was censored and silenced."
They are very loud about their censorship.
Their censorship.
Not funny though.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So the quartering has a new issue. Apparently, YouTube is also doing a thing where they're gonna be like community noting fucking videos or something. What was it?
Yeah,
this is also
that's
about,
essentially
like,
what I
YouTube's
heard.
approval system, because
that too.
trying to get a green check sometimes it takes forever.
That's later. There we go.
Yeah, no, effectively the quartering blasts out like I think like 6 videos a fucking day.
Yeah, it's got to be above 5.
Because his content is effectively this. He turns his camera on, turns on OBS, reads a news article for 5 minutes.
Oh, it's not even a news article. It's usually basically what we do here. It's just us reading a fucking single tweet, but it's him turning that into a whole video, like a slice of content for you to enjoy, just
and then
like it's news or
uploads
something.
At like 12 to like 6. Like
I think it is 5 a day or something.
Yeah, it's literally a content farm.
I hate to toot my own horn. However, look at this thumbnail. And then look at this thumbnail. Like, come on.
It's a much better thumbnail because you're not doing fucking 12 a day or whatever, you know.
You don't have
fair, actually. I'm only doing like 1 or 2 a week.
You're not in a mine clicking on a button and dragging like stock images you've already kind of had made in photos.
Plus, his thumbnail does not have the Yakuza boss font, and yours does. So I mean,
you can't win against Yakuza boss font.
Yeah.
You can apply the same. It's not obviously a 1-to-1 conversion, but you can apply the same logic to hate groups, I suppose. It's like if you build your entire image, your career, your social standing, anything about being pissed off about something, eventually you're going to run out of shit to be pissed off about, and then the people that you've garnered and the audience you've got, there has to be another level of being pissed off about something, which is there's a really subtle, I don't know if it was a Wolfenstein game, but there was a really subtle detail where there was, what was it? There's like a scene in a game where there's like 2 American neo-Nazis and an actual Nazi, and they meet on the street. I think it's a Wolfenstein. Yeah.
I think it was Wolfenstein New Order.
Okay, cool. There's
Colossus.
Okay, cool. So but then there's that exchange, isn't there, where it's like, hey, we're the same people, and then the Nazi turns to him and goes, you don't know enough German. It's like you just have to keep looking for the next thing to be angry about, to hate, to piss off. So then
you're gonna.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah,
it's not sustainable, and that's why, like, I was watching YMS reacting to there was a Ben Shapiro vid, and he was reacting to the new Acolyte Star Wars thing, which I'm not interested in, whatever. But Ben Shapiro was reacting to it because of something to do with there was too much gay in it, right? And the source he used to react to was a gay website. So it's like Ben Shapiro goes into a gay lion pit and gets surprised when the lions are gay. You know, it's like,
guys, I really fucking hate teacups.
yeah, it's like,
dear
it's
God.
just unbelievable, because it's like, if you didn't go onto, because the whole point of that article written by that gay website was to say, hey, isn't this cool? There's a few gay and maybe a trans person working on the new Star Wars thing, and here we interviewed one, because it's a gay news thing. That's what they are going to do.
Philosophy Tube is working on, or is that a different?
Oh, I don't know, but
Not sure.
yeah. I'm not sure, but like, it's just the idea that like you're what you want to complain about something being unavoidable and so pervasive and so in your face, and yet you are going to those places to prove your point. And it's not even the point isn't even it's got too much. The point is we are interviewing people that are in this community because it's cool that they're working on this Star Wars thing. It's got nothing to do with anything else. You know,
Well,
it's like I don't know.
Like, I don't know, because I've been around, because, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, I was nearly fucking radicalized by Breitbart or whatever, you know, and, like, it happens it can happen to anyone.
Not all of us, but 3 of us have been there.
Yeah, and it can happen to anyone, and, like, you know...
I look back at it was a cringe time.
I look back at you, being very blurry right now, and that's unfortunate.
I'm gonna reset my camera. It'll cut
Your
out the
camera
audio.
really sucks.
Hang on, I'll smear some Vaseline on my shit in solidarity.
But I was gonna say, like, you know, I guess I'm just. It's just so tiring now. There you go. It's just so tiring now, like how people can just be like, "Oh, there's another new Star Wars thing, and it's woke, and we're gonna just talk about it." And like, what is gonna be said in the video? Just like, I still can't believe they're doing this. They've been doing it for like a decade. I still can't believe it's happening, guys.
Star Wars is dead.
Dude,
Keep shitting myself.
Hey,
I have literally been shitting myself for a decade.
Wait a second. You're all forgetting something, that Darth Vader in the 70s and 80s was voiced by a black man, and it's woke, okay?
Yep. God damn it.
You're all forgetting. Checkmate, atheists.
Yeah.
It's all over. And they had Lando.
In fact, there was a white actor inside the suit. So
I can't
what
believe I have to
what
throw
is
this away
Lucasfilm
now.
hiding? What is Lucasfilm hiding from
Get
us?
out of here.
We want to go back to the good old days where the brother and sister fucking French kissed each other. We want incest in Star Wars, man.
Hell yeah, brother.
Keep it in the
Hang on,
family, brother.
I gotta pull something up.
Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know how this sort of thing is sustainable. Like how people can keep being invested in this. It's just such.
It's not, because if you're uploading 6 times a day, that's an obvious fact that it's not sustainable. You know,
that sounds like hell to me.
But yeah, he's got a channel. I mean, he's popular. I mean, but like
somehow.
His numbers, like his individual video numbers, are lowing, but when you put out again, like
I mean, like he floods the market. It's
great.
It's gonna be good. Yeah, I guess that's just how it is.
How did you know I was gonna say that? What?
This is literally like fucking Pee-wee's Playhouse, like secret word shit. Like,
amazing.
I just panicked and went to your page and pulled it up. I didn't have it like ready to go.
I think the American flag attire makes that whole image just perfect.
See, this uploader has a she/her in their bio. This image is disregarded, unfortunately.
Shout out to her.
Dude, you know, I was into the incest, but then they put pronouns in their bio.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Pronouns they wokeify incest. I
they done woked it up.
My dick was hard to be incest, but now
the one thing we still had, and it's gone.
They're taking it all from us.
It's interesting, right? Because like like our kids are like they're all the youngest one is a teenager now. Our youngest is 14, so it's like they're growing up around, I mean it's usually young boys, but I'm not pigeonholing. I'm just saying it kind of is sometimes. But like these kinds of figures are very influential on our developing brain and all that stuff. And sometimes when you find yourself interacting with them, or like you go over to another parent's house and there's teenagers there, and they ask what I do, and I say I'm a YouTube and blah blah blah, and then I ask what they're into, and you find out one or two things. It's like you don't flip your shit or anything, because that's what they like. They're kids, whatever. It's cool. But what's funny is that all you got to do to completely own, like not poon the kid, but I mean like to let the whole fallacy fall apart, I suppose, is to basically say, okay, so the things that this person is saying and doing, why do you think they care? Why do you think they give a shit? And like it takes a while.
Tate want to make you a millionaire?
Yeah,
child?
Exactly. And if like, why wouldn't everybody be doing this and blah blah blah? And then there was another our youngest, one of her best friend's brothers got into crypto, and he luckily sold out when he did. He made a decent profit off of it, and we basically we all tried to get band together to recommend don't risk it again. But one of the things that came up was the fact that, like, have you ever noticed how influencers that promote crypto, they always ask you to buy into a thing with real money? You know,
they'll rug pull your ass.
But if crypto
real money to get into that monopoly,
it's weird, right? So like, unless this person is saying, hey, do you want to buy a load of fucking stock of Dogecoin with your Bitcoin? If they offer crypto in exchange for other crypto, there might be something there. But have you not realized or noticed that they are asking you for your real physical life bank account money for made up fantasy money that might be good and might not be? Because if it was all great and all millionaires and you'll make $1 million and blah blah blah, they'd be saying, hey, look, it's safe, you can trade your crypto with me, because they can use your crypto if it's so fucking great. But they never do they? So yeah. And all you got to do is ask these very simple questions, I suppose, to some kinds of people, some younger people, and eventually it just kind of unravels and they're like, oh, wait a second. And it's like,
trolled.
A lot of it sounds good until you actually introduce logic into it, and it's like,
emotions are strong, dude. Emotions are a very fucking strong thing. Very strong. It's like, I would never hurt another human being in my life, but if somebody on the street fucking tripped one of my kids up, they're fucking going down, like it's the same kind of thing.
Doesn't matter if it's a grandma, you're getting decked, bitch.
Nah. Accident or not, we're not doing it. I don't buy that shit.
Beating the shit out of grandma today.
It's going down.
I'm not saying for a second that I'd beat the shit out of anybody, but if somebody was gonna do something to hurt one of my kids, then like, I don't know what I would do to respond to that, because emotions are powerful. That's why politicians do so fucking well with things that don't make any sense, because all you got to do is appeal to someone's, life experiences, prejudices that they might have formed for no fault of their own or whatever, and then it all just you can tap into people very easily with the internet now. People have forgotten that social media is a tool. People are treating it like real life, which is, again, another reason why I love that Doctor Who episode, because it's like, that is it's very literal, but it's like, oh yeah, this is real life now, when it should be a tool to help you do other things in real life rather than being real life,
don't even know how to walk without their fucking thing happening.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of
people. That's like me. I can barely play bass if I'm not looking at my computer showing me the notes to play while I'm playing it.
Yeah.
Kind of Guitar Hero and Rocksmith kind of built that in a little bit.
I'd pull out one of my guitars, but I don't feel like going down there.
Got enough other props.
Yeah.
Oh man, I will. Let's see what else we got here.
I was going to ask what else was on the agenda, because I will actually be needing to head out in the next kind of 20 minutes or so. So I'm happy to stick around for a little bit longer.
This is stupid.
Oh no.
It's stupid. I don't have anything else to say about it. It's just stupid.
Looks better with short hair. Sorry, looks better with short hair.
Also, Elijah Schaefer, and I mean, I'm not going to get sued. This is literally what happened. He got fired from a conservative news outlet for sexual harassment, so it was real bad. So
the fact that, like, the second that somebody is going to complain about a woman's appearance with no base, and they say, Females, I'm
Right.
out. Like, okay,
Yeah,
okay, I know.
yeah,
Yeah,
like-
I get it.
What's that
That's
fucking
that
phrase?
fucking word.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
God.
And
Oh,
then they
man.
do the reply guy where they go, "Well, what's wrong with females?" It's like, have you ever called your bros my males? Oh, hey, my fellow
Hey,
males.
What's
Like,
good,
come
my
on.
males? Like, no,
Oh
nobody
yeah,
says that.
that's a new
Yeah.
name for fans of
That's
the
the
This is
show.
slur.
this is
Yeah.
the yeah. This is the ultimate problem, though, isn't it? Because there are those people that are a little bit more sensitive than others, or there is, there's a level of, autism or something. No judge, no shade. It's just there are a lot of people on the internet like that, and if you appeal to their emotions in the opposite way, then they respond in a certain way, which then gives these people more credibility, because then they're like, "See, guys, look at how insane these people are," and it's like, so it's just everybody fucking shit slinging with each other's emotions, and it's so depressing. It's just depressing, It's just, yeah.
Yep. Now to something
This is
even more
something really
depressing.
funny. This is something really funny that I want to bring up.
No
Bubsy's
way.
getting
Wait,
Bubsy's getting a
Carb-
collection.
Yep.
wait. If that's Carbon Engine, that means Bubsy 3D, right?
I don't know what's in the collection.
I mean, they
Carbon-
might
I hope
not
Bubsy
include-
3D's in
that's,
it.
that's like the Bubsy game. Come on.
'Cause
They
Carbon-
gotta
yeah, 'cause
have
Ca-
3D.
all the shit they're doing, all the limited
Bitch,
run
you
stuff
ain't-
with all the PS1 remasters, the Gex and Tombi and all that stuff. They're
Yeah,
I was
using
gonna
Carbon
say,
Engine.
Too, as well,
This
though.
man,
Two.
this man thinks he's Gex. Bitch, you ain't Gex.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got-
Gex
he's got
is
Gex
happening
feet.
though, so that's
The
exciting.
Gex is
too.
Say
happening. Yeah,
Gex.
Gex
But it
is
wouldn't be a
happening.
very perfect collection if it didn't include 3D. That's what I'm
True.
thinking.
Yeah.
If it says
I think-
Carbon,
I just-
that says to me it's going to have 3D, because they've already done a collection of Bubsy 1 and 2. So
That's
Carbon
true.
Engine is
Fuck,
built for
It's
built for
just-
32-bit. I don't know. That says
That
That
Bubsy
is such
3D.
a
Hopefully,
I'm down.
such a
maybe with some
strange
like
thing, 'cause
control tweaks or something. That'd be cool.
how many
Nah,
Bubsy
no,
fans are
keep
there?
it as it is. Keep it as it
Yeah.
is.
That
Yeah,
should
that'd
be
be
the
better.
default controls. It should be the
That would be
Oh, dude,
shitty emulation too.
Do a thing where it's like, because I think the Tomb Raider remasters do it, where there's like a modern control
Yeah,
and a
you
classic
can
control.
switch
Do
it.
Oh yeah,
do
those
that?
those are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, give it the new camera controls and then give us the option, or make the default the old controls and make you have to actually switch to a new one.
Let's
How
go
about you
through
beat the
some of
game
these.
once and you get better controls? How about that?
Yes,
That's
you
great.
have to beat it.
Actually, how about this? Make it a constant new game plus. 10 times you actually get better controls each time, like better left stick control, better right
Slightly
stick
better
control.
jump.
Oh
Yeah.
man, dude, this, if it is 3D, that means uncompressed voice lines, uncompressed soundtrack. Oh yes,
Awesome.
What
yes.
would a
you wanna-
platform game be without platforms?
Plus, it's
Oh,
a limited
dude,
run published thing, so it's gonna have a really cool collection.
That's
Oh,
true,
dude, I mean,
actually.
yeah,
That's
that's
some
very
cool
true.
blocks.
If they do Gex as well, I wonder if there'll be UK voice Gex in Gex 2 and 3, or just the US.
Was there a
Because I think
different
they'll probably
Gex?
add an
I
option
didn't
to
know there was a
switch.
different Gex. Wow.
Yes, so Gex 1 is the same across all everywhere, but then Gex 2, we used a guy called Leslie Phillips, who is a UK, I mean, he's dead now, but he is a UK comedy fucking legend. Like, I think he was in his like 60s or 70s when he did Gex 2, and all you got to do is, like, if you YouTube Leslie Phillips, you'll know why he was Gex. He's just got the perfect fucking voice. And then in Gex 3, they used Danny John Jules, who is in Cat in Red Dwarf.
Oh,
Wow, I had
shit.
no idea there was different
And
Gex. That's crazy.
In
so cool.
my personal opinion, I know I'm biased because I grew up with the UK versions, but I just think they're better. I like having all, like, is it? It's not Dana Carvey. Who is it that does the other Gex?
I think it is Dana.
Oh my
Carvey,
god!
isn't
Yeah, I
it?
think it
Dana Carvey?
is.
It's
I remember
Turtle
it being Dana
Club.
Carvey.
Yeah, well, whoever it is, like, it's nice in the UK because Gex 1 has them, and then Gex 2 has someone different, and Gex 3 has someone different, and I think that they all shine in their own ways. But
Gex keeps
yeah.
regenerating. I
I
can't
really,
Yeah, no-
believe it.
I really hope they do include that in this collection. Then, yeah. I'd like to do
yeah, there's
that.
something special about listening to, because he's doing his cat voice,
Yeah,
so
with
he's
Dana
just
Carvey.
saying, oh, it's Dana Carvey, but yeah, like Danny John Jules is just doing his cat voice from Red Dwarf, but as Gex. It's fucking great. It's so
Hell
good.
yeah.
It's so good. It's like, it's almost like, why didn't the US get this? It's brilliant. So yeah.
They also did
I guess
that with
Disc
I don't know if
space.
you ever watched like Shrek, but they did that with a lot of the DreamWorks animated films. They would do a UK
Yeah.
and
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
I
no,
found
I
out
had to watch
about
the
that.
Shrek UK cut.
I found out about that with Shrek. I can't remember how I saw it. I think I was recommended a clip on YouTube of Shrek
Yeah.
2, and it's the scene with the ugly stepsister, and this voice comes out, and I'm like, wait, this is fucking Berenstein Bears shit. What is this? And like,
Wait, was that you hearing the American version?
because I've always
Interesting.
heard it as I don't know if you guys know who Jonathan Ross is. He's a talk show host in this
I've heard
country.
of him, yeah.
Jonathan Ross is the stepsister in Shrek 2. I have
This is-
always known that.
This is insane because I remember when I was a kid, I was like, "Oh man, I wonder if they do a British version of The Simpsons or Seinfeld." And I guess they do for some things. That's
For
crazy.
some people, but not all, but for some people,
Like,
yeah.
the main
like, it's-
cast is still mostly the same. There was, I think Jonathan Ross was Larry King here. I'm almost certain of that,
That sounds
but
about
I'm
right.
not sure.
wow.
I feel like that's.
What
somebody's gonna
other,
post in the comments.
What other reveals do we have here, Tristan? We got some more
Oh,
new
if you'll
games.
give
I'm gonna
me
scroll up through there.
just a sec.
This is
Okay.
limited
Yeah, I
run
saw.
games.
Ooh. Yeah, I
Well,
can't believe
Tom-
Tombo's coming back.
Well,
That's
I'm
nice.
gonna, because I kind of had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, that's
Got
happening.
A little bit.
Was there a
Yeah.
direct recently?
There was.
Yes, there was.
I
I'm
am
gonna
that
let
out
y'all
of touch.
talk
wow.
about that real
Here,
quick.
I am that out of
Tristan,
touch.
if you want to turn off the stream, and Claw, if you want to stream the trailer for
Okay.
us. Because you got a
Oh,
better computer, and if I
alright.
try to stream it, nobody will hear it from the... Yeah,
Sure,
eventually we're
sure.
moving to
I'm gonna
Riverside
do-
for our podcast, I think. But right now we're doing Discord because cheap, easy, and it works.
All right. Be right
Yeah,
back.
we looked at one that had like a $200 fucking plan or something. It was
Yeah,
some
and
nonsense.
I'm too
Wow.
poor for that.
There's no need for that, so I want to stream this one. Now,
Yes.
Caddy, what's your takes on Metroid? I forget if you're a Metroid fan.
I'm not a fan, but I like them. Yeah, I went back to Super Metroid for the first time. I emulated it in like 2014, so I'm pretty new to it. I've always been more Castlevania than Metroid, but I can see the appeal. I think people saying that Super Metroid's one of the best games of all time with those controls, I don't agree, but I definitely can
clunky.
see. Yeah, it's clunky, but like at the same time, I still think it's brilliant,
But
and
the
I do
thing
think
is-
that it's
Metroid's always been clunky, though, to be fair, because that's also the complaint with Metroid Prime is that why is she so clunky? And it's like, I guess it's because she's in like a robot suit, but then you see her in the cutscenes and she's doing all sorts of fucking flips and shit, so it doesn't really
Yeah,
make
I
a lot of
suppose.
sense.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've played. I was streaming Metroid Prime Remastered very recently. Because I played Prime 1 when it came out all those years. I got my GameCube in like 2005, and Prime was one of the first things I played. And I don't remember much about it, so I went back on stream to kind of start it, and then the shit that I've talked to you guys about with Keris, that happened during I got to like part 3, so I got maybe 6 hours in, and then that all kicked off. And so I didn't stream for like 4 months, and then I jumped back in last week, and it was a fucking train wreck.
No
Do
idea
not
how
do
to
that.
play it.
And,
Yeah.
and it's now, so now I'm like, I've
Like-
kind of I have to start it again because I've just cancelled those streams because it's like I
Oh, that's
can't
miserable.
do it.
Yeah, it's
Um,
you have to
yeah.
rewind.
I
for a little
hate
bit of
that. I hate
Yeah.
like starting a game and then just a month later, like, I'm gonna have to get all that through the tutorial and everything. Not again. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Especially
gotta-
with Prime as well. Yeah, because Prime's map system isn't amazing and the controls are fine, especially in the remaster, they're pretty good. But there's so many weird little intricacies, like, you know, like I think B is jump when you're in first person, but then when you go into ball form, which is Y, then Y becomes jump and not B because B plants a bomb, and it just I can't think of the exacts, but I was just going to
A lot of
finger
things-
pretzels.
A lot of things I don't remember because, like, I just played that game as a kid, so it's kind of it says one of those second nature things.
Oh
but
yeah, it's like breathing.
Yeah.
It
Well-
reminds me. It reminds me of when Shinji Mikami got so annoyed at people for saying that the Resident Evil games had tank controls and it was all outdated and blah blah blah. And then out of fucking spite, he goes in and makes Resi 4, which then everyone loves, and it has
Yeah.
tank controls.
It's got like
Yep.
the most
True.
tank controlling part of the game.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
what's
we
this
have-
thing? Yeah.
Well, we got a trailer here. This was the one more thing at the end of a Nintendo Direct, and it was mostly a pretty good Direct. There was a new
Pretty
Zelda where you play as Zelda, and you
Oh
create...
shit, nice.
People were really normal about that. We'll get to that in a sec.
Yeah.
We'll get
Oh
to
god.
it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll see the people being normal, and then I might have to dip. But I would love to see
Sure.
people being normal about a female.
Yeah.
I would love to
Well,
see that.
there's
I would love
it's
that.
some interesting discourse. So yeah, but this was the one more thing, and
Mhm.
7 years in the making or something. I think the last trailer was in
Wow.
2017, and they just showed
Yep.
like a fucking title, and then they said in 2019 that they restarted development. So it's been basically silence for the entirety of the Nintendo Switch. But
Yeah. Okay.
finally, can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right.
I should also say as well. Yeah, I played Super. I played Zero Mission and Fusion, which are fucking fantastic. I think Zero Mission is probably my favorite Metroid game. And Dread was pretty good. I didn't like it as much as everyone else seemed to. I thought that the robots I thought were a bit too trial and error-y, personally, but it was.
Yeah, it was very hard. It was quite an expert's Metroid game.
But it was great. Like, I got no complaints. It was a good game. It's
And I will say the suit here looks like it's been dreaded up a little bit. They done dreaded it up just a little bit. It looks a little different here. But yeah, we're back in Metroid Prime, and everyone they couldn't believe it. It's one of those ones where there's all these compilation videos of people, reacting to it and pogging.
Oh, you mean
whatnot.
wait, the thumbnail?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, people can enjoy things. I'm just joking. Okay. let's have a look.
Yeah. I mean, they can. I was pogging a little bit at this, but I was also
I did too.
I was a little. There's parts of this that look a little bit too stiff or something. I don't know, but mostly it looks pretty fine. There was a tweet from Hideki Kamiya, the Bayonetta and
Yes, Devil May Cry,
whatever else. Yeah, that guy, and he was basically saying why didn't they add more new things to this? This just looks like old Metroid Prime, and I'm like, dude. You
It's
added
Prime.
a bunch of shit to fucking Bayonetta 3 that no one asked for, so why don't you stay out of it? I don't know. But
Did he direct Devil May Cry 2? Or was that somebody else?
That was,
That was someone
that's
Hideki
the guy
Kamiya was the first.
Oh,
That's
he was
okay.
the
All right.
Devil May
Okay.
Cry 1.
That's the guy who actually
I was-
ended up directing all the later games.
He was
Okay,
Beautiful
right.
Joe as well, I think.
Oh, I was just about to throw an own in there about I'm not going to take that from the Devil May Cry 2 guy, but I can't say that now, so that's fine.
Don't
That's
take that
fine.
from the
Yeah.
Bayonetta 3 guy. It's fine.
Man,
Yeah, so Metroid Prime 3 or 4,
Oh,
and it
nice
looks
one.
good. Yeah, and we still don't have any word on 2 and 3 being remastered, but it does look pretty good. I'm gonna stop
think-
streaming now.
I would appreciate that. I own 2 and 3, but I never played them, so I would appreciate, not having to use Wii controls. So I would appreciate that.
2 is the best one. In my opinion, it's like a spooky horror game, and it's harder than the other ones, and it's very unique. And then 3 is unfortunately not good. Really, I couldn't play it, but I remember watching it, and it's very linear and it's like Halo. They wanted to be Halo, basically. The whole intro sequence is just the first mission from Halo 1, where you get attacked by the Covenant.
Okay.
It's basically just that.
But
So
yeah,
it's a bit of a downgrade. But here
This
we
is
have
gonna be
Zelda.
normal.
Yeah.
Something that was
Nintendo-
really nice when I went back into Prime Remastered, and again, I had barely any memories of it when I first played it, but when I was experiencing it live on stream, it was almost like the first time I remember playing MGS when I was really, really small, because it was almost like this. Like when you would walk up to a wall and then fire a missile at the wall, the reflection of Samus's face would be in the helmet, and I'd be like, oh, "Is that a detail from 2001? Like, what the fuck?"
Very
This
detailed game. You had smoke on the arm cannon. You had rain on the visor too. All sorts of shit.
Yeah.
You'd actually
Yeah.
see
Oh,
it.
you know what? Saying that, now that I think about it, Toy Story 2 on PS1 did the reflection on the helmet with Buzz's first-person
I
view.
remember
Now that I
playing
think
the
about it.
N64 version of that and thinking at the same time that I was playing Metroid Prime as a kid, just being like, "This is like a weird Toy Story Metroid Prime game. What's going on?" It was great. It was great. But we do have a new Zelda here, and it's been revealed, and it's got one of the controversial things that some people have been complaining about is that it's got the art style from the Link's Awakening remake, which is the sort of chibi toy thing.
That's fair. I mean,
it.
yeah, I like
But
it.
I'm
some
upset
people
about.
don't like it.
I have one thing in particular that I'm upset about.
Is
it
it
looks
that
like
she's
it's
a woman?
Nintendo go full girl boss. Oh, fucking
They think
hell.
you're dumb,
Zelda
Caddy.
exposed as employees push DEI.
The name of the entire series is named after her, for fuck's sake. She's been a girl boss since 1987,
No,
whenever it came out.
She she's been in need of girl bossing since 1987. I mean, frankly,
Man.
it's beyond
She
due
girl
for
bossed
her
in Spirit Tracks.
sometimes. Yeah, and
Oh, girl
Tetra
bossing.
sometimes.
Yeah, Tetra.
But
Yeah,
she's
Tetra,
she's
yeah.
in need of something like this. I'm in favor
I'm down
of
for this
this.
fuck. Like, it
To
looks
give a-
awesome. I
yeah,
recommend
to give a real
Dude,
answer though.
fucking Hyrule Warriors. What are people talking about? Like,
Hyrule
what the
Warriors fuck
Breath of
so
Smash
hard.
Bros.
Smash Bros. Breath of the Wild.
Smash Bros.
I mean, yeah, Breath of the Wild.
She's like,
But
She's
so
combat
independent, man. They
princess.
had,
it is
Here,
it is
Zelda's
re-
Adventure.
yeah,
Yes.
Wanda Gamelon.
Wonder,
Absolutely.
yeah, exactly. Link, no, that's Faces of Evil's Link. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
they blur together. For
yeah,
me.
she fucking kills a guy in that game and goes, good.
Good. It's a great moment. Yeah.
Is this me getting older? Is this what being 30 plus is like? Because I honestly just feel like this is a world I just don't fucking get it. I just don't understand.
Well, this
We're
guy
here,
is
brother.
John Del Arroz is also like 30 plus or something. So like,
Yeah.
I think
Okay, well
he's
then
just-
I don't know. I don't know.
There
then.
was
Yeah,
a great
he-
comic. I
his brain
retweeted it
didn't
earlier.
develop.
I retweeted it on my Twitter. It was a comic I saw. It was a guy who was just going. He saw a video that was like the secret Marxism of Space Jam or something, and he was like, "Why am I still watching politics YouTubers? I am 33 years old." And then he
Yeah.
just starts reading a book about naval battles. And I was like, I'm
man.
starting
Oh, it's
to
a
get
House of the
there,
Klein
you know?
comic.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
How did you get that?
there it
that
is.
fast?
I just searched Claw.
That's fair.
Just brought
That's
the tab
ama-
over.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I like the look of him. That might become my new avatar. Fuck the bear.
I feel
This
that.
is the new me.
Yeah, you just need to banjo color that guy and you're sorted. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
But so
Yeah.
man.
we
there
gotta
is
rapid
one
fire
thing.
this. We got to rapid fire.
Yeah,
this.
we got a rapid fire. So real quick, there is one thing that I have a complaint
Yeah.
about for this Zelda game. It looks like they're reusing the same world from Link to the Past again,
Oh,
which
okay.
I'm not very happy about.
It's unfortunate.
I'm also not
dear.
very happy about this.
No. Okay, that must be AI, right?
Yeah,
That's AI.
they AI generated it
I
because
can
That's
tell. You can
They-
fucking tell.
the
No.
their fears are so stupid and unfounded. They have to generate images
There's
of
no
what
way
they think they're
believe
scared
this,
of.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty clear. What, like, come
Someone
on.
Nintendo probably
Nintendo
rage
is slowly
bait, but I-
pandering to the West ideology.
Yeah, but you also
It's a
got
matter of time.
you got two people there with check marks. Without check marks, they're not getting paid. They're just doing this like dumb
Yeah.
Believe
shit for
this.
the love of the
They're
game.
doing it for free, if
Yeah,
you
they're-
will.
Yeah, they're literally doing it.
Do
Do
for
you know
free.
what's really okay? The guy, that Zero guy, like, what's really funny about what he's saying there, or she, is that like the last truly original game was Skyward Sword. I thought people fucking hated Skyward Sword. So like,
sucks.
And then
So,
they
like,
hated
well,
Doctor
I
Who
don't know.
because It's another
don't
thing
know,
like
but-
Doctor Who, where they've hated every fucking thing for the last like 40
Also,
years
what the
of the
fuck-
series or whatever.
Everything since Oracle of Ages,
That's true.
bro. Did you
Whatever,
not play
dude.
Wind Waker? Wind Waker fucks. It's great.
Zelda,
Hyrule Warriors.
it's for babies.
Hyrule Warriors.
No.
Oh.
but then Claw, you're right. If that was true, then why are we complaining about it? Like, just let it get on. You know,
It's dead.
I was
dead
fucking
for so long.
I was playing. I've actually I just worked on. I'm gonna upload it after this. I did a toilet review of fucking the new Princess
Nice.
Peach game, and
Shit.
I was playing it, and I was like, I can see the imagination, I can see the fun, I can see the humor. This is a game for little children, right?
Unfortunately.
And I'm like, that's you know, it's unfortunate, you know, whatever, but it's like at the same time, it's like, okay, it's for kids, not for me. Move on. Like, why the fuck would I? And then I realized as I'm sitting on the shitter, like trying to figure out how I'm gonna say what I'm trying to say, I'm like, I can't complain too much, because then at that point it's like I'm complaining about a game where you are a young woman in a dress that throws sparkle dust at people, and it's like this is a children's game. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with kids
the
games.
Grown man with a beard who's complaining about the fairy dust princess game.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah,
Like, after
it's
a
just
certain
and
point, it's like, what can you say?
that was
other
another.
than that?
Oh god. Yeah, there was another funny thing, just going quickly back to Who as well, was that when I made my tweet about it, there was somebody that I genuinely tried to have a discussion with, and I don't think it fell apart or anything, but what I said was like, what I said, I just said I liked it, and then they responded to me and said, okay, what did you think about it? Like, describe it. And I said, really funny, entertaining, batshit insane sci-fi. Like, it was just mental. I really dug it. And then they said, yes, I agree with you. So it's not very good for a first timer, is it? And then my first thought was,
What?
well, okay, yeah, but like, where is a good? Well, first of all, where is a good first time for the whole of
Yeah,
the
this-
800 plus episodes?
Yeah.
And also,
It's a pretty
somebody
good
else,
first time
yeah.
part of the thing. Yeah.
yeah. And it's
Better
like,
than
and then
most.
somebody else took apart what I said when I said I'm not a massive, massive Who fan or anything, but I really like this. And then somebody else responds, so you self-admitted that you know nothing about it, even though I talk about Colin Baker and Christopher Eccleston and Tennant, and I reference fucking Peter Davison's era in my video. So it's like, I don't
Yeah.
give a shit either way, but it's like, I'm either
They have
one or
to
the other.
invalidate your opinion because it doesn't align
And it's just,
with theirs.
so apparently it's not a good starting point, but then apparently as somebody that knows nothing, I can't have an opinion. So it's like, is it a good starting point? Or who dictates if it's a good starting point? Because apparently I can't, even though I'm also apparently starting and I don't know anything about.
Yeah,
It just,
well,
I don't get it.
All
I don't
that
get
we
it.
can agree on is that you don't
Yeah.
go with the one where the main character is a woman, because that's the problem. They think you're dumb.
Yes,
Mm,
I think you're dumb.
yeah.
I do.
Um,
So,
give it
Caddy,
up.
you said you were going to leave. I do want to tempt you.
Yes,
we
I'll
have,
stay for yeah, I want to have a look, yeah.
Yeah.
we have a bunch of people pretending to be Japanese on the internet,
Yeah.
or I guess Asian.
Turning
in general.
Turning Japanese.
Yeah,
Yay.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I was working on the thumbnail, so I didn't get to put that in as a soundboard thing.
Yeah.
But a few weeks ago, a prominent leaker by the screen name of Midori
Popular
was recent.
individual, especially for Persona stuff with the
Yeah.
P3 stuff here.
Relatively accurate leaker too, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Which
And,
makes this even more absurd.
Presenting as an Asian woman. I say
Okay.
presenting not in the woke pronouns way, in like the real way where pretending to be.
Tending to be, yeah.
Yeah, it was some guy who was like,
Another former leaker who
yeah,
think
I
had some
forget
weird
if
was it sex pesty? I can't remember.
I
feel like
forget.
it was.
It was either he was outed or he decided he wanted to quit or he wasn't getting like the numbers that he wanted,
Yeah,
something
Okay.
like that.
I'm not
but,
a big
was
fan of this
recently-
guy, really, so
Recently admitted to not being a Japanese woman, but instead just someone different.
Okay.
And then we have Kenji Yamamoto.
Not, I assume,
Kenji Yamamoto.
probably
Yeah.
not the composer for Metroid
Yeah.
Prime.
I was
funnily
just
enough.
gonna s- I was just, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Also,
Okay.
probably not the composer for Dragon Ball Z either, which is also named Kenji Yamamoto.
oh yeah.
Must
so,
be like John Smith over there.
so yeah.
Okay.
We have this old tweet here. Just love the fact that you can use 98 Leon and Claire. And then this guy named Garrett Barnes is asking about the Cowabunga collection for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
And it seems that, strangely, this account turned into Kenji Yamamoto after being Garrett Barnes.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
And As you could see,
Well, now
you
he's
can't
like,
go to Kenji's tweets no more.
Yeah,
Can't
it's
go to
locked.
Garrett's tweets no more.
Mario even a real plumber?
No.
Oh no. That's
Then-
Well, the funny part about this is that he's leveraging like the perception that he's an actual because if you
Scholar.
look, Asian studies, focus on Japanese history, so he's using like the mask that he's Japanese to criticize the new Assassin's Creed game. Because that's the whole
I
new big thing. Everyone's
see.
saying, Yasuke wasn't a samurai.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed never fucking happened as well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like the whole
I remember
franchise
I don't seem to recall a part in history where someone flew across fucking Rome or whatever it was with wings
Yeah.
made by
Listen,
who was
listen.
I did. You know
Are you
what? I
telling
did
me that
think.
Altair Ibn Lahad is not a real person?
You got the novel.
I
It's
did
in the
think.
Bible.
I
do.
did think that bit in Call of Duty Finest Hour. I think that bit with the exploding teddy bear in the baby crib. I don't remember that being documented in my World War II history lesson.
Oh yeah, it was. It was
You
in
know,
chapter
The
38.
crazy thing is that fiction isn't real. I've learned that. So,
know.
Yeah,
I mean,
crazy.
It's
and it also doesn't exist, and the only things that are made are real stories. Mario Odyssey, real story that happened.
Okay, wait. So this, I just so this guy says Yasuke was not a samurai. So I'm guessing they're talking about Assassin's Creed and this character or this
Yeah.
person.
The
that they're...
real human person that the character of the game is based on was potentially not really a samurai, but who gives a shit?
Gotcha. Right. Okay. So I'm just going to throw this out there. I remember when Assassin's Creed 2 came out, I don't remember anybody on the internet complaining about Da Vinci and how he probably didn't invent a fucking flying machine. He might have done the...
It's just
Like,
not
I
as
mean,
widespread.
You're just, it's just the fucking weirdos who want it to be like extremely. I don't care. It's a fun series with some action.
Isn't it fun to think that Da Vinci built a flying machine, not just drew the blueprints, but actually made it for an assassin clan? Like, isn't that just fun?
The important thing is, like, Assassin's Creed gets a lot of people into shit that they might not be into. They like, there's a lot of people who have become like history major fucking like professor motherfuckers because they played Assassin's Creed 2.
Something cool they've been doing in the later games is they've got like they'll actually have a side mode where it'll actually like describe real shit that happens in these places.
It's like a museum or
codex
whatever,
entries. Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
Episode 50, here's your mention. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Elon Musk!
Dystopia.
We haven't mentioned Elon Musk in all this episode. We gotta rapid fire for the rest, probably, don't we?
Yeah, well, the rest is just like stuff to back that up.
People, don't we?
Yeah,
we of course have Grums.
I don't know who this motherfucker is, but I keep seeing that dumbass profile picture everywhere, and it's just driving me nuts.
He's the latest video game grifter. He's been drafted by not by choice but by consequence into the anti-woke.
He didn't want to be in a culture war.
The culture war.
Yeah.
They called his name. He was drafted. He did not ask to be a part of it.
Were we misled?
You should, after this, look into the situation of the game Firefall. He was a developer, the lead developer on this game, and it was a basic...
He also worked on World of Warcraft for 2 weeks.
He worked on the original World of Warcraft. Yeah, but to basically quickly sum it up, he basically caused this game to flop by spending money in wrong places, including buying a bus to advertise.
I don't even think it could have ran.
I don't think that thing actually did move.
It looks like some space age garbage.
This guy originated out of Gamergate, and back in the day, he was like, "Oh yeah, he's speaking truth to power, or whatever." And then, like 10 years later, now it's like,
it's almost like
clearly he's got like donate links and like give me money to fight the wokes and all this kind of shit. It's like, okay.
He definitely isn't a grifter.
And every week there's a new controversy that he's the head of surrounding some wokeness in video games every week.
Oh god. Okay, I know this is another random aside and I do need to get going in a second, but I just want to quickly go very quickly back to the Ben Shapiro clip. So what this thing that YMS was watching when he was talking about, he went on a gay website and found out about gay people that are working on this Star Wars thing. So he was watching this video and then 3 minutes, it's a 10-minute video, more or less 10 minute 30 seconds. So, hitting that fucking 10-minute mark. But like halfway through, there's a mattress ad, right? For fucking, I don't know what it is, Hypno or something. I'm not sure.
You're going to want to buy our mattresses. They're not
okay.
woke.
So yeah, so like this advert plays, right? And like for all this posturing and all this chest puffing and all this, what it means to be a real man and speaking the truth and everything. One of the first things that Ben Shapiro says in this ad for this mattress company is, it's really hard to run this channel, cover all these events, and be a father. So I would really appreciate it if you would go onto my link below. And I'm here like, I've been a dad figure for a very long time. I would never fucking dream in a million years to dangle my family in front of me as a kind of, guys, don't you know how hard it is being a real man?
You should have added that in. should have added that. You should add that in the next sponsor section.
It's just I don't know. Like I'm not gonna like slag off the work or whatever. It's fine, whatever. I just think it's funny that like the kind of things that these people would stand for would not be using your family as emotional leverage to buy a mattress. I don't know. Like
You'd think.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's an
My
alien
kids
world
are
to me,
not
man.
going
It's an
to
alien
eat
world.
if you don't buy this
Yeah.
Helix mattress or
you should
whatever.
It's a shame we don't have a
Sponsor
sponsor for
next
this
time.
episode.
We do have a sponsor. It's like, you
But,
will not get any
We should
food
do
if you're
that.
not
We should
buying.
do that. We should do that as a joke for our next sponsor. Whenever,
Our
just
kids are
I
gonna
will
die.
die. No, all
Yeah.
of us will die if we don't get
Buy
money.
this
The
sponsor,
podcast
or
won't
we-
have.
Can we just?
No more.
He's got to put
So-
medicine, put makeup
Yeah.
around our eyes so we look like we're
But that's-
fucking
Gotta
gods.
get,
and
It's
like,
a funny
uh,
thing though.
We'll
because if, yeah,
podcast for food,
that's the funny thing though, because if you guys did it, or if I did it, or any like most other people that we like do it, it would be obviously a joke, and it's just like it ain't a joke with him. It ain't a joke.
Yeah.
It's genuine plea, and
the
it's
sad
like
thing is it
this is
works.
pathetic. It's
Yeah.
pathetic.
Yeah.
I just don't. Whatever.
But
whatever.
It works for that audience.
It does.
That
It does.
audience,
It's crazy.
we appeal to the
you
family values. It's all about how you
sucker
sell it.
Bored every minute.
The family values wouldn't be relying on charity from other people, right? Like that. Like
You
I'm
wouldn't
not.
think.
I wouldn't, because I've seen people complain about people leeching off of benefits in this country when it's like,
Yeah.
but these are people doing exactly what they would be complaining about, and it's just more overt, I don't know. What did you just put at the screen there? I didn't see.
Please
What was
help.
that?
I'm ding.
Ding!
Hell yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
think we're all ding a little bit. Inside.
We are.
Yeah. We got any
But,
like I just noticed you haven't got many tabs left. Like what
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
is there?
So-
I can stick around for the last
Yep.
few tabs. It's fine.
Yeah.
Japanese person basically saying that
It's-
his Japanese like
Google Translate.
tweets reek of Google Translate,
Yeah.
which man, that's insane. And
Translated
then,
by Google. It's a little ironic to find it out that way, but yeah.
Yeah.
it happened
gives you-
two
it-
other
yeah.
times.
Yep.
So
White
I do want to
authors
say
tend to be-
because
White author was
not
Oh
yeah,
no.
so it was
Oh,
not
I've
the
heard
author
of-
of Yellow.
I've
It
It's
was
not
not
that.
this author. Not this
okay.
author. I
But
want
if
to
you
be
go to the
very
first
clear.
right, because I have
First
a book
image.
by her.
Yeah. So
Ah.
I actually seen the video. It's not bad. But yeah, a white woman pretend to be an Asian woman named Kim Chi, CHI, like
No
kimchi.
way.
Literally yes. Literally yes.
Dude, that is a DSP name. Come on.
And then there
Oh.
I don't think Tristan
God,
has pulled up.
I'm just thinking about the clip.
There was another
Melee.
one.
Jesus
I
Christ.
can't
Oh,
I can't for the life of me find out who the
more. I think I had a good tweet there. Yeah, it is
it is
happening again.
It is happening again.
And then
Yeah, I don't know who the fourth person is. It's some
Oh.
comic guy.
okay,
That's it.
I don't know about that one. There was a white Canadian journalist guy who wrote a book where he traveled America in blackface. Not
Oh.
even kidding.
To make a point, or just because he wanted
to try
or
to prove racism is dead in America, and I don't know. I haven't read into the book past that.
I
just
mean,
heard
the
headline,
fact-
like,
I
the
don't
fact
understand
that
why the R.F. Klong book is like also there. That's very.
I guess
misleading.
because Yellowface.
I guess it's like a funny joke.
It makes
I guess.
sense.
Yeah.
oh, it's a reference to what this person did. I think it's
doing.
just
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
they must they
might
Google
get
image search
confused.
yellowface or something. Yeah.
yeah.
Not the author that pretended to be Asian.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is needlessly confusing. with
Actually,
today's
oh, shit.
internet age, but yeah.
I didn't know this. Yellowface is a novel about a white author that pretends to be Asian.
There you go.
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
that's
that makes
fair.
that makes sense.
hmm.
So that has
Shit, I might
happened
read
now
that book.
3 times and apparently a 4th time.
Yeah.
The only one I know
Very
about is the
interesting.
blackface one, but what's that last tweet?
Which one? Oh yeah. So this one's just funny. This mysterious orange drink is the only thing keeping crooked Joe Biden from falling into a deep slumber. Yikes.
Like he's drinking Kool-Aid or Tang.
It's just Gatorade.
The drink
Yeah, do you
is
know what-
likely
Fucking
orange
Gatorade.
Gatorade, which Biden
You know what
told
else
US
does-
Magazine in 2021 was blah blah blah. There's context at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's his
Favorite
favorite drink.
Okay.
Oh man.
This man is
Oh,
drinking an elixir. It's definitely
This-
not his favorite drink.
I mean, it sounds
This-
like it's just a joke, but it's a little bit.
But it's
funny,
hard
yeah.
to tell, dude. It's
It
hard to
really
tell.
is on
It
Twitter
really
now.
is.
I mean,
And I think I have to go.
It's managed
yeah,
by the
it's-
Republican National Committee.
It does.
Yeah. So what they're basically saying is, if I drink a Red Bull to keep myself awake on a long editing night, I am drinking Biden's magic potion. Is what
I
they're.
think this.
You know.
Yeah, I think this.
I
Is
think
a
that's what it's
joke.
officially called.
I think
You know,
this is
people
a-
coffee. I mean, just
Yeah, I think this is a joke, but it is like one of those. It's like
Oh.
officially licensed
Yeah,
joke
it's-
that's meant to make you be. It's it's an election year, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
I
that's what it is.
yeah. Do you know it reeks to me like, because this isn't like, it looks like a very official kind of page and like exposing the lies of everything of the left, and yeah, it
Crooked
seems
Hillary.
to me, yeah. Managed by Team Trump. Okay, so
Yeah.
that says to me, right, that even if it was a joke, they know their audience base enough where they know how their audience would respond to that. Like they know what they're doing. So
Yeah.
it's very easy to be like, what? It's just a joke. It's not my fault that everybody that's following me thinks that this is a real elixir. But it's like, yeah, but you know that
Yeah,
that's the
you-
people you're appealing to.
Like
I don't know.
concoction.
Alright, before we do the outro, I'm gonna turn my camera off and on so I'm not a blurry mess again.
You sure you don't have anything you want to bring up? I'm sure we can
I really don't.
I had
blitz
another
through a couple
thing.
of short ones.
I had another. Well, I will
Well-
say, play Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. It's really cool if you slept on the Switch version.
It's
Play it
everywhere.
now because it's a lot better now on PC or on PS5 or whatever. It might have even been updated on Switch to be better looking and playing. But it's got more content and it's got better story stuff. Better, the outcome of the story can be determined based on your choices throughout the game rather than based on just a fucking selection at the end, which is apparently how they did it in the original version. But you
Oh,
can still
I love
play
a good
the
ending,
original.
Tron 3000.
Yeah, you can still play the original version. You get the option at the beginning which path to play. But yeah, generally just very good. If you haven't played SMT before, it's a pretty good. It's not super complicated, this one, compared to like 3 or Strange Journey or something. But it's a good first one. Unfortunately, it's high school themed at times, but because there's some of them that aren't. 4 isn't, and neither is like Strange Journey, but
Yeah.
this one is. This one's one of the high school ones, which is a shame. But yeah, it's pretty good. That's my one thing. Then I had
That's
one
my
other
one
thing
thing.
that I
Damn.
obviously.
I just
yeah.
have a canned ham.
I had
just on
another
deck.
thing. I had another thing that I wanted to maybe bring up as just a whole other separate future thing that we might do, but we don't have time for it now, so it's fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not gonna go into any detail. You're just gonna vaguely mention it.
Well, okay, all right, fine, all right.
I
We
didn't
got-
know where you're going with that. Honestly, I was like, well,
Yeah,
alright.
same actually.
Oh,
No
well,
offense,
I said before that I had an idea for a thing where we all talk about our favorite YouTube channels. And
Oh
stuff
shit!
like
Yeah,
that.
that's a
Okay.
good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and I
we forgot
thought
about
if Caddy was interested, just like inspirational channels or
Yeah.
whatever, just ones we enjoy watching, general shout
Maybe
outs
follow
to
up on the
smaller
music one.
channels and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
well,
also have to do
future
music
music
part
too.
2.
For
We
sure,
do, yes.
We're planning on doing Gabe video game music thing at one point
That's
too.
gonna be
so,
fun.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we got some plans there. But I
I'm
like
down.
the-
I'm down for that too. I'm down for that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
Well, thank
Well,
you everybody for joining us today. Thank you, Caddy, especially
Yes, thank you
for.
joining us for a
episode
milestone-
50.
Milestone
Yeah,
episode.
Oh,
I think.
well, thanks for thinking of me for a milestone episode. That was very sweet of you.
By the way,
Yeah.
do you have anything to shout out real quick? Obviously, I want to kind of leave the floor for you.
I am working on my next video. Should be done hopefully by the end of June, maybe July. Do you know what? Fuck it. Let's go out with a bang. I haven't told anybody what the video is yet, so I'll announce it, quote unquote, here.
Oh, shit.
It is the inhuman world of completing Crash Bash 200%. That is the video. It's
Oh.
about.
Holy fuck.
It's about. I've
gonna
already
be
done it.
fun.
I did it on stream in 2022, and it was
Yeah.
absolute misery. And so I was like, I'm kind of slightly starting to run out of Bandicoot month ideas, but I was like, I can do this again because this is I got 90 minutes worth of a video out of this shit, and it's just one game. So like I'm
Right.
firing on all cylinders for it.
Is
so
this
yeah,
worse than oh god, what was it? It was the all
Crash 4?
platinums. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well, there's the all platinums was like that was just something I did to myself, like self-imposed challenge. Like Crash
Yeah,
4's
Crash
completion is
4.
bullshit, but Crash Bash 200% is just another league. It's just like it's fucking mental. Like I didn't want to just go over and over the same points again, so I've approached some parts of the video in different ways. So like there's bits later on in the video where I cut to myself with a whiteboard. I kind of green screened myself as like a college professor with a whiteboard, and I did huge amounts of data crunching. So I worked out
full
like
up is not jump. Awesome.
yeah, so like I essentially shit like the percentage of my playtime that was spent looking at the fail screen, or the amount of time in minutes and hours I spent in the loading screen, and then I divide it by all this shit, and then I take like one of the base mini games and then times it by the amount of level entrances and exits for the loading screens, and then I'm like, well, this is how many times I saw this, and this is how long I was listening to this music for, and
God.
so it's just a fucking shitload of data. It's
like
a bit
that.
different
Hell
for me.
yeah.
It's a bit different, but it should hopefully still be quite fun. So
Sounds
I
like
run
a
my
very interesting twist
Mm.
on that type of video.
and I also run myself over, so that'll be fun.
And where can our wonderful viewers find that at?
That'll be at www.youtube.com/Cadicarus. That'll be the address that you should type in because everybody does.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Very
Yeah,
Thank you
pretty.
very much
Well,
once again for
who needs a
joining.
search feature when you just have the URL?
Thankfully.
Yeah, just type the. I'll
Full
you know what?
URL.
In the stream, but in the comments or the description below, we'll type in the full URL, and it will
Right
not be a link. You have to type it.
Yes.
The
Letter
full
for
link.
letter.
Yeah.
Letter for
Yeah.
letter.
Yeah, we're gonna
I
replace
can't
like
copy
the
it
little
either.
periods with like dots,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
DOT.
I
Put
will
dots in
purpose-
between each letter so they
So they
have
have
to
to.
type
You-
it.
We forgot to we
Yeah.
forgot to summarize the Kendrick thing. Shit.
Oh, we did that.
we'll
Oh,
do that.
Okay.
well.
I would
Yeah.
love to hear it. I do have to go, I'm afraid.
That's
But
fine.
Yeah, it's a shame.
yeah. I mean, like we can talk. Like that's a music thing. We can when we do more music shit, we can
Sure.
kick
I
off the
would
next music thing talking about that.
Shit, that sounds good actually.
Because we can
Yeah.
get a good summary of it, and there might actually be more shit by the time that happens. Honestly,
True.
They're
I
like
gotta
recording
feel
the
something.
music.
He is working on a
for
video
not
for
like
it.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
happening.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Well,
and that
yeah.
song is also like completely like you can stream it, you can replay it. The best thing
Yeah,
about
we
that
played
song
it on
is
the
we can-
podcast.
Yeah, and I didn't get a copyright strike or anything. It was
Royalty
great.
free.
Yeah.
I love it. Anyways,
Cool.
with that, episode 50, folks. Penis.
I bid
Penis.
you all a penis.
Policeman.